For real? Oh, no. Let's go.
Boston.
In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA! USA!
Hello, beautiful people. And once again, you find yourself asking, why in the hell did we just cut to a Thunderdome in Indianapolis while we're watching the FedEx Cup playoffs? Week end number 1 of the playoffs. Starting with 70, then 50 next week, then 30 the week after. Who will be the tour champion? Who will win the St. Jude Classic? Well, it looks as if that man might be Sung Jae In. Showed up today, 4 under. First hole, birdie.
Beautiful.
Like that 5 under. Wow, it's a nice way to start the morning if you're Sung Jae. You say, wow, not a bad little Friday for Sung Jae potentially. And then he goes to the second hole. Guess what happens there? What? Birdie at the second hole as well. So now all of a sudden he goes from 4 under waking up, 5 under after 1, 6 under after 2. It's like, well, you know what? Why don't I go ahead and just, third hole, let me go ahead and continue this little train. Third hole, birdie again.
What?
People are starting to think to themselves, is this guy going to be 18 under today? Is this guy about to do it to every hole? Well, he did not birdie every single hole.
Okay.
He would birdie 2 others. He's sitting at 9 under, 3 ahead of the next closest. And I'll tell you, Sungjae might run away with this thing down in beautiful Memphis, Tennessee. Now, you can continue to watch that golf tournament on the ESPN app. We do not fully understand why it is not still on ESPN.
Sure.
We assume there will be some sort of negotiation things that happened. We were asked if we would mind going an hour earlier, maybe fill some time on this beautiful feel-good Friday, and we said, how could we not want to do that? We're incredibly thankful and lucky that we get to do this for a living. On that note, we'll keep you updated with what's going on in golf. We have a full reaction to a full preseason slate of games last night. Woo! And I dropped an album this morning. The Diary of a Polarizing Figure is currently available. So I hope you get a chance to listen to that. On that note, Foxy, let's start this thing.
Hey, let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this Feel Good Friday, August 14th, 2026, this sports program begins now.
Football!
It is the absolute greatest, and last night was a full preseason slate that really scratched our itch for ball. Now, was there certain portions of certain games that were absolutely boring, like what the Chargers did to the Texans, basically? Let's just assume that that is a game that the Texans will never want to talk about again, and the Chargers will certainly carry into the next week of practice saying, you know what, maybe we got something here. An absolute drumming there. Every game had a moment where we didn't know anybody that was on the field or making any of the plays, but we couldn't help but get excited. Do we got a 4-box with football on right now? We do. Holy hell, is there highlights happening? Is there 61-yard field goals hitting? Is there touchdowns, the number 1 overall picks taking place? Yeah, there was magic last night. We're incredibly thankful that it's happening. We're so damn lucky that it's football season. We're also, pretty pumped up about the fact, and I'm speaking for everybody here, that just the folks in the Thunderdome don't have to listen to all these songs all day, every day anymore. The Talks Table's here at Boss Connor at Tiger. Congratulations, Ty.
Hey,
and Con
congrats to you. Congrats to you.
It's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun kind of piecing this whole thing together. July 7th, 2025 was Dumpy and I's first trip down to Nashville to kind of start this entire thing. Talked to Jelly Roll a couple years back, and we were just chit-chatting, having a good time. I started asking him about his business, his writing, obviously how he goes about doing what he does. And I told him, hey, man, in my notes app in my phone, I've been writing for like the last 20 years, and they say the most basic form of writing is like rhyming, you know what I mean? But that's literally how I would write. I would just write random lyrics or choruses or melodies just to get me through life, what I was going through, to motivate me to keep going, my perspective on things. So for like 20 years, I've been writing these, and I got a lot of them. Song Good is how the notes were kind of titled, and it was just different batches of bars in there. So I told Jelly Roll about that. I was like, at some point in my life, I got to find out whether or not these suck. Like at some point, I'm going to have to find out. And he goes, come on, Bubba. Introduced me to Ernest. Ernest sets me up with Seth England from Big Loud. And I didn't sign to Big Loud. Obviously, that would be a gigantic thing. I am independent artist.
That's right.
But yeah, independent artist who happens to have Jelly Roll, Ernest, and Seth England, and a man named Ilya and Mark Holman that I was able to reach. And I'm not saying that that is not certainly an advantage over this entire thing. And they've kind of helped me through this entire process. And the incredibly talented musicians in Nashville that did the tracking for these songs and do tracking for a lot of the songs that you hear. It happens all around Nashville. There's a select group of the most talented musicians on earth who basically do every instrument that you hear on all the albums. And a lot of these guys, I guess, are sports fans. So they were signing up to basically do this. Jay DeMarcus from Rascal Flatts is on the bass and the keyboard in this thing. There's a guy named Derek Wells who's playing the guitar, widely regarded as like best guitar player potentially on earth. Lonnie on the drums was there. Alex on the keys. Billy on the keys was there. Just the amount of people. Ilya was on the banjo and the vocals and everything. Just the amount of people that assisted in the musical side of this and the amount of talent that was in there. And I feel bad. I'm already leaving somebody out, and I am so sorry to whoever it is. And I will certainly try to make up for it going forward. The musical ability that was created around my words, melodies, and my stories
was something that I like got actually emotional while it was kind of happening because how talented they are. So I'm so incredibly grateful for them. I'm so appreciative of, Coach Guyton, vocal coach, who has taught me how to sing through this entire process from the beginning of it to where I am now to where I will be for my first live performance, which will be here in a couple weeks in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Hell yeah.
And we have not talked to the venue yet, but we would like to let the Rathskeller know that we are huge fans of yours, and we would like to be able to perform one night here in the next few weeks. And we are grateful. I am very, very grateful for all of it. And getting a chance to listen to it, and my dad getting a chance to listen to it, because obviously I'm talking about him and my mom in a lot of this, and like people that I've known for my entire life listening to this, and people that have heard some of this maybe back whenever I was in college or my first couple of years, some of these bars. It's like today's been really, really cool. I can't thank everybody enough for being kind, who has been kind. To the people that have been burying me for this, it's like, cool, I understand. Like that's kind of just how, yeah. It's kind of in the title right there. I kind of understand that's the case. But I do hope you get a chance to kind of get my perspective on being labeled a polarizing figure, because I don't want to be, I don't know if polarizing figures of the past, like, enjoy that thing. I don't want to. I would like everybody to. Pitbull and Mugshot's kind of about that. Like, hey, listen, we all hate the same people, man. Like, let's go ahead and kind of do that. So it's an interesting thing when you get where you're going. Would you still do the journey with what you're now knowing? Am I blessed or am I cursed? Am I the best or the worst? Well, people certainly continue to think that I'm the worst sports person if I continue to talk about music on this beautiful Friday. So I would just let you know I'm grateful and thankful for everybody that helped me through this process. And if you got a chance to listen to it, I thank you. If you don't want to listen to it, understand as well. If it's not your cup of tea, I get it. But I think we have a lot of different genres in there. The musicians are so good. They are so good. We got some guitar solos in there that just absolutely shredding. Go in there. I don't know how often these immensely talented people get told, like, hey, whatever you think, man. They're like, what's that? Because I think most artists are like super duper.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, this is the melody that I think it should be. Here's the words. You're the, right? People are saying you're the, whatever the hell you want to do. All right, you got it, man. Goes in there, blesses me with some guitar solo. And I'm like, hey, thank you so much for doing what you just did. He goes, no problem, man. Next song. He's got another one somewhere. It's like, oh my God. And then as these songs started being pieced together, it's like, these sound like real songs. It was like, it's been a cool journey, I would say. And I can't thank you all enough. Okay, now let's talk about sports. One half of the hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys, AP Tone is here. Tone, we hit another one last night.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it felt obvious. And Connor was saying some irresponsible things about something we need to be responsible about
Hindsight.
on a regular basis. Connor, I guess.
Done more.
Well, whoa, no, we can't act like that because obviously it's a preseason game. We don't know what's going to happen. This one felt really good with Kirk Cousins and also Nando in Clint Kubiak's offense here playing in a preseason game early when both of them want to kind of put their best foot forward. Felt obvious. They do throw in the first half 2+ touchdowns. We have a good time. They both look good. They weren't the only ones. Big takeaway last night for these preseason games. The under, I think, was that the big conversation? Was the under hit? How should we be viewing it from a gambling situation? And what was the story of last night from that perspective?
Yeah, gambling-wise, the under was 6-0 last night, which it's kind of gone back and forth year by year by year. There was a year where the first week of preseason where it went 15-1 to the under, and then last year it overcorrected and there was a bunch of overs, so it feels like there might be an overcorrection again. There was point totals last night in the 40s, which is very, very rare for preseason games. So yeah, 6-0 to the under, but a lot of rookies looked really, really good last night. A lot of primetime players looked really, really good last night. Overall, it was an incredible night of football to start the initial official preseason week 1.
Yeah, initial official preseason week 1 Hall of Fame game was electrifying as well.
Yeah.
So I guess what we can take away from Hall of Fame game, and then that's high level football right there, Fernando.
Yeah.
I mean, brand new offense. He's saying, "Holy shuck, man! I got to learn a lot." Actual quote, I guess. "Holy shuck, I got to learn a lot about football in this entirety." That was the big question. Can he go under center? Can he turn his back to a defense? Can he turn around and can he fire it into a hole on proper timing? It's like he showcased that. Saw a lot of people saying against ones that's not a completion. It's like, I think it is. That one's whizzing by a guy's helmet before he can even get there. His anticipation, his ball placement, and seemingly the lads like him.
Yeah.
A lot of joyful. And then Max Mendoza.
Yeah, Mad Max, man.
Mad Max Mendoza.
Star in the making.
He's up there in the booth with Rich Gann and other Raiders legends. I mean, this whole Raiders. I saw a Mendoza Raiders flag flying in the end zone. I know Kirk Cousins, the vet. He's been named the starter. But I watched a minute and a half of that game of Fernando playing, and I was like, we don't think he's ready. And then I'm listening to Michael Robinson on NFL Network, former Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl champion, fullback, been on TV a long time. Him just being like, I'm at the practice. And the way he spoke about, like, this guy is the guy. I'm excited. He's the number 1 overall pick. I guess it is to be expected. But he looked good last night. He wasn't the only one, I guess, Connor.
Yeah, he looked unbelievable. And the thing with Kirk, too, is I feel like he knows that. Like, he's very aware, hey, this guy is national champion, Heisman winner. He towers over me. He's looking down at me in the quarterback meeting, not mentally, more so just physically imposing on Kirk Cousins. But, yeah, the rookies is the best part of preseason. Seeing the guys that you know from these different schools now playing in the NFL. I mean, we're showing the highlights of this game. Jeremiah Love. He looked massive.
Adrian Peterson's what everybody's saying because there's a couple times where he breaks through, jumps over some people, and he looks like an absolute house.
Unreal.
We've seen some things from him in Notre Dame where he looks faster and more explosive. We were literally right behind him as he busted through against Indiana in that first college football playoff game from his own 1-yard line and stride down the sideline. He's doing jumping spin moves in his first preseason game or second preseason game. I guess his first preseason game with the Arizona Cardinals. This guy is he's a special talent. And then you listen to him talk, it's like he's literally just locked in.
Yes.
Like, he likes football. Like, loves football, loves his teammates. There was a time where Notre Dame wasn't giving him the ball last year. I think we were all kind of confused about that. We don't know if there was an injury maybe that took place and we didn't hear about it or something along those lines. But everybody from Notre Dame loves him. Everybody that's ever encountered him loves him. His story's awesome. He's very, and he looks like he's going to be able to go. Only question will be, Adrian Peterson took a lot of huge hits.
Yeah.
Because he's a gigantic man.
Ran upright.
Okay, so you're going to take a lot of big hits. You're going to deliver a lot of hits, which he's certainly going to do. Is Jeremiah Love going to be able to survive through the massive onslaught of shots that he's going to take this year? Because they're going to pack the box on this guy. Okay, he's going to be joining us now from Attica, Ohio. College football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, A.J. Hawk. Hawko, what are we putting 8 in the box? I mean, what do you do to this guy early? I think he's going to be seeing some packed boxes early, which is good for Jacoby, who had a nasty tud to Marvin Harrison, by the way. Just an absolutely beauty. Rollout, boom, to a spot. Marvin Harrison catches it. That's a touchdown. That goes against a lot of narratives that are being said in early training camp. But let's go back to Jeremiah Love. He's going to command attention, right, from a defense. He's a numbers changer, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at his body lean, the balance he has. I love watching him run. I think last night was a great first step for him. But, yeah, just always seems to fall forward, always even a 5-6 yard run. A lot of times, he can make out of nothing. So I'm impressed with him. I like his movement. He's continuing what he did in Notre Dame, obviously.
Okay, so as a person that had Adrian Peterson in your division, I mean, he was delivering pain, right, with his high knees.
Every play, every time.
And then, but he was able to get up. I think you have to be a certain type of freak to be able to handle the collisions, to deliver the collisions. You know, we talked about this with Christian McCaffrey, I think, early in his career. He was speeding into car crashes. It feels like Jeremiah Love is going to be the exact same way. He's big, he's strong. I guess that's the only thing that you can wonder at this point, because he can catch, he can run routes, he can do everything, this guy.
Yeah, he seems comfortable, I guess. I think that's the thing. Credit to the coaching staff for making him feel comfortable. Running back is so much instincts and your vision and patience. That's an instinct thing. I think Jeremiah Love has that. He's off the charts when it comes to that. But yeah, I mean, as any team, when we talk about every single team in the preseason, what's everyone saying? Well, if they stay healthy, they're going to have a chance. If they stay healthy, yeah, we know that, obviously. And Jeremiah Love, yeah, he'll figure it out. He knows. I mean, look how hard the dude runs. He's trying to give out punishment. He's not trying to be the guy getting hit. He wants to be the hammer, not the nail.
And I hope, I
mean, it feels like he's going to be, though.
He's going to be the hammer. I know. But I hope, man.
They get a couple other hammers, though, too.
Yes, dude. I hope, bro. There's some people. I love what he's doing. Okay, look at that. I mean, there's 4 or 5 different times where he could have said no moss, and instead he gets an extra 1.5 yards. And takes 2 shots.
Yeah.
And I love it. Okay, and we're talking like he's a wide receiver or a quarterback. He is a running back. There's always going to be collisions at running back.
Yeah.
He has to be able to block. He's big. He's strong. But this dude is seeking this. I mean, this is going to be a fun thing. And another thing, as I was watching him explode last night, he went for 56 yards, a bunch of receiving yards. I mean, he was outrageous. I was thinking to myself, he has to reprove himself to all these people too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he running back taking that high too, that's a crazy thing.
Already the most guaranteed money to a running back in NFL history.
So he has to reprove. So in this preseason game, he is this felt like this was.
Plus,
he was running this shit like it was.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is what they say about him. Which once again scares the hell out of me for the amount of collisions that are going to be happening with Jeremiah Love.
And I know they've talked about it, and they have 2 good vets still in that room in Algier, who they brought over from the Falcons, and then Jimmy Connor, obviously from the Pitt Panthers and Pittsburgh Steelers. He's still in that backfield too. So I probably assume they're going to try to bring him along, because if not, you can't protect him, because that's just how he plays and how he runs. So like
that right there, just that right there, safety coming from the other side. That is a full John Elway hit, and then I assume he'll just get right up, throw the ball back. The NFL might have just got
running outside and spinning back inside to the 10 defenders that are pursuing. That's the thing that I love about him. Like, a lot of guys wouldn't naturally do that, but he's kind of spinning. He's taking himself back into the danger zone.
Just on that play, you just ran right there. Literally, he could have ran could go left there. Nope, cutting back into 4 people. It's like, golly, this guy says, I need to be tackled. Hey, listen, I need to be tackled. If you would like me to stop, somebody needs to get my ass on the ground. I love it. I absolutely love it. Might become the most electrifying player in the league.
Oh, yeah.
If this is actually what he does. A lot of conversation about the Cardinals. I'm done with it.
No, but that's like that is the biggest thing. Yeah, it's preseason. We get it. You take away, but like, he is kind of teetering on the, like, watching him almost makes the Cardinals must watch. Like last year, years past, with how bad they've been, they have good players, and like if they popped up on Red Zone or like whatever the case it may be, like you would watch them. But a lot of times they were one of the games in that 4:00 window where there's only a few, and it's like, Jesus Christ, we got to watch the Cardinals. Like, this is like, now it's like I'm almost seeking them out. I can't wait to watch him play on Sunday.
You know who else I can't wait to watch play?
Who's that?
Aaron Rodgers and his Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike McCarthy offense. Did you see what they did last night?
Wow.
Holy hell. Now, we'll be talking to Coach Mike McCarthy in about an hour or so. He'll be joining us just to give a quick update on how we feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers after Yinzer's fans everywhere go, we got the quarterbacks of the future. But that ultimately means, who got drafted higher, who potentially a little bit more tall, I guess, younger and everything. Drew Aller out of Penn State gets drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people confused on how high of a draft pick it was, certainly in Pittsburgh. Okay, we have Will Howard. We haven't even given him an opportunity. Everybody's acting like Will Howard's starter around here. What are we doing? Well, they fell in love with the possibility of what Drew Aller could be after chit-chatting with him, I do believe. This guy's tall, he's athletic, and I think he figured out how to hit a broadside of a barn.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's got it in everything that you draft people off, which is like potential, potential. The fact that he is seemingly hitting it this quickly, you got to think Big Mike kind of in his bag with this entire thing. You go all the way back to the OTAs and the practices. I mean, Coach Mike McCarthy's not even looking at the ball on Drew Aller. He's literally just looking at his feet close. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do this. And it seems like he's athletic enough to be able to pick this up. And if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, with how Will Howard played and with how Drew Aller played, and even Mason Rudolph.
I think he was 8 of 8.
You got to think to yourself, like, hey, this offense seemingly awesome. Can't wait to watch this. Who's this kid from Iowa? Is this guy going to be the small guy underneath for all of us? Because we got Mount Washington, we got Freiermuth, you got Nowakowski, you got DK, you got Michael Pittman. Okay, you got off the
big
bus.
Team.
And you got this Weegan guy.
Yeah.
This guy, if he's going to be able to get open underneath, he should be able to feast, just like Edelman did if you give him an option route, which I think Aaron is very easily understandable with and how they feel. It's like you watch that offense of the Steelers last night with all of the quarterbacks, you think to yourself, wow, the future looks just fine. And wow, this is the first preseason game and the offense looks like this. You got to get super excited about a guy who run this offense for 11 years already?
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers and what's possible with all the other weapons. I think Pittsburgh Steelers come out of last night very excited about what's about to be and what the future is. Tone, is that accurate?
Yeah. And one of the guys that wasn't mentioned there, when Mason was in quarterback, he just was feeding Jeremy Bernard, who was their second overall pick in the second round out of Alabama, the wide receiver. He wore the concussion helmet last night. Looked awesome doing it. But no, it was great all around.
That's not what it's called.
It's called a Guardian cap.
I like concussion,
it's a concussion helmet.
Okay. All right, I like concussion.
They got the logos on it. It looks cool now.
Yeah, well, and it doesn't have that big matte, ugly.
No.
They gotten a little bit more flash.
They figured it out.
Yeah, a little bit more fashion and design. Hey, what's the worst thing about our product here? Well, they all look like assholes. Okay, so we got to fix the optics. Yes. To their credit.
Kind of did.
They have. It doesn't look nearly as ass as it used to. AJ, don't you think, as one of the first Guardian cap wearers, don't you think it looks much better now than it did?
Yeah, those. I was out of the league before those became a thing, so I've never had the opportunity to wear one. But yes, they have kind of streamlined them a bit. They don't stick out like they used to, I think.
I thought they were originally going to be called the Hawkhead.
They
Yeah,
were.
that's what they were.
Because
Hawk technology.
Yeah, Hawk technology. And then they're like, well, the Hawkeye technology in tennis might get mad about that. So then they went with, like, what is AJ? Well, he's kind of a guardian.
Yeah.
So AJ is the reason behind that.
How did they come up with that name, if you think about it?
Looking
What
out
made
for
them
you.
think the Guardian Cat? Not me. I mean, obviously, I have nothing to do with it, but I do really wonder.
U.S.
If we're
Coast
gonna
Guard
call it
came
the
up with
Guardian
it.
Cat.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher movie.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm about to.
That was a good movie.
Hey, that speech he gives at the end.
Oh my God.
Dude, I'm almost getting tears.
yeah.
Thinking, I don't even remember exactly what is a legend. Is it what you do whenever you're alive, or how you're remembered after you die? I believe is the end quote in that one. But is that why? Potentially because you're just looking out for these people's brains. You're basically their guardian angel.
Yeah.
Drop the angel because maybe too soft for football.
See?
Let's keep it as Guardian. Cleveland Guardians. How do you guys feel about that name? How's everybody? That's kind of just
It's terrible. Go
It's
back.
shite.
No, they like it. They like it a lot. They got the bridge, the Guardian Bridge.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I think
that.
they miss
Bring back Chief Wahoo.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you know that came up in conversation the other day.
Indianapolis is still bringing it.
Yeah.
I
know
mentioned that. I mentioned that as well. I did mention that. That did come up in convo. Anyways, Pittsburgh Steelers fans obviously pumped up about
Great
what it looks
night.
like. How about the Packers fans? AJ, what did Packers fans take away from last night? Obviously getting a chance to see your guys. What are your thoughts?
I think people may be worried a little bit about missed tackles and certain things on defense. I mean, Jordan Love is going to be Jordan Love. We know that. I think their offense is going to be just fine. Their defense is settling in with the new D coordinator, I feel like. But, I mean, it was honestly, we talked a lot about Pittsburgh coming out of this game, and I'm sure if you're Green Bay and Pittsburgh, whether good or bad, you're thinking, all right, either way, we don't need to overreact to one game. But it's kind of tough not to be honest with you.
Yeah, especially whenever you're daily sports. Now, this guy, Smack, out of
Yes.
Florida, he became a weapon for you last night, Ty. Feels like this is a position of need. First preseason game. Can learn something quickly about what could be a real benefit to the season for you.
Yeah, I mean, you take everything in stride, like AJ's saying with like the missed tackles and stuff. Like I could give two shits about that because I'll be very interested to see what the Packers defense looks like week 6 when Mike is back and they're all whole and all that
Week
kind of
6?
stuff. Yeah, I mean, their schedule isn't super difficult the first several weeks, and I think they are good enough.
What are the odds 0-4 you making?
None.
Whoa.
They play the Jets week 2, so I'm not worried about that. And then I believe they play Atlanta as well with Tua at quarterback. But that's neither here nor there. Yes, they have needed a kicker, and that's come up and bit them in the ass every time it's really mattered. Now, it's August, and we weren't playing any elements, so like that's awesome to see that he hit a 58-yarder 2 times, but still need to see what he's going to do in Green Bay. And then the Jordan Love piece, he gets one drive, he looks good, they go down, they score a field goal. So I think, if you're a Packers fan, yeah, obviously it looks like they got their ass beat, but you're okay with what you saw last night.
Hey, that's preseason football, baby. Tyler Smack maybe getting you guys to the promised land. Having a good kicker is a big deal. I would have told you in years past, the Colts have 2 for you, man. Whoever doesn't get the coach job is going to get a job somewhere immediately. So there's a kicker right now in a camp in the NFL that thinks they're the number 1 kicker. And cut day is going to come. And the other kicker is going to get cut. And they're going to be like, I got a job. And then the Colts are going to have to decide between Groupie or Schrader, and then that guy's getting cut immediately. And Schrader and Groupie are heading over there.
Tough.
Schrader here, Spencer Schrader, he was like 13 of 14. I think it was like 30-something of 30-something on extra points. He had bombs for us. And then he breaks his leg.
Yeah.
Like it was a terrible injury that would happen to a kicker. I don't know. Actually kind of flabbergasted that it happened, and then get a chance to see him afterwards in the locker room. He's an Indiana kid as well. He had been kicking perfect for us. I mean, it was something we had struggled with as well after we move on from Matt Gay, who had been the highest paid kicker in NFL history. And then we get this kid in from Indiana, and he's unbelievable. He breaks his leg. Oh, no, we're done. We bring in 3 pylons.
Yeah.
And Groupie comes in. This guy hits a 61-yarder in Seattle to win the game, basically, in his mind. The pressure that he had to kick, they end up coming back and beating us. But it's like, we got 2 kickers here in Indianapolis
61
that are definitely on NFL teams. And, we are in a very good situation. And this is certainly something you could take away from preseason games because lights are on, jobs are on the line, money's on the line. The pressure might not be Super Bowl or playoff winning kick pressure, but keeping a job is a massive amount of pressure, especially for the kicking position. Which leads me to you. What the hell is going on up in New England? He's a good kicker up there. He had a great year last year. He missed a couple last night.
Yeah, Borealis had a tough night for sure. New long snapper. It's actually someone you pointed out to me, hey, he had the similar miss on basically all his kicks, and he had huge moments last year, so it wasn't so much like a pressure thing or what it was. New long snapper, that was tough. The other thing, too...
Okay, so that means laces could have been off, which means obviously leading to timing things. Like, for me, as soon as I saw his misses being both, that felt like a timing issue as opposed to a kick issue. So that's why I asked you. I was like, who's holding for him?
Yeah.
Then you said, no, new long snapper. It's like, that's a real thing. I think that is something that's workable, but you don't like having that in your mind that that's your first game of misses.
No doubt. And that's why if it wasn't for last year and what he already has on tape, it'd be like, oh, shoot, this might come back and bite us in the ass. But he has game-winning kicks, all that. Vrabel said after the game, too, hey, there's nothing to say to the guy. He knows this is professional football. Like, make your kicks. There are no excuses, of course, but if it is a timing issue, that does seem like, hey, new operation, new snapper. Let's just get that kind of hammered out.
Good for preseason.
Great for preseason. Great for...
How'd you feel about us tying?
The tie was weird. If it wasn't for the coach getting his leg ripped off at the end of the game on the cold side,
right? By the way,
I don't think he's okay.
So.
I don't think he's okay.
That was scary. I thought that was Steichen for a second. I'm like, is that... If we have Shane Steichen out for the season because the last play of the game in a preseason game, and he's got to go up to the booth because this guy... Did that guy break?
Writhing in pain. I don't know if he broke his leg, if he tore every ligament in his leg. I don't know if he still has that leg. I was genuinely worried with the ending of that.
Special teams coordinator Brian Mason was the man down. That looked very painful. The lads were taking a knee around him in the preseason game. It's like, oh, my God. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who is the face of Thursday Night Football.
Wide.
Saturday Night Football.
Wide.
Saturday morning kickoff shows.
Wide.
He's former president of Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Herbstreit. How you doing?
How we doing?
Hey, life is good. How are you doing? You look
another ho-hum Friday, right?
Yeah, just ho-hum, I guess. It's our preseason slate. We got another one tonight. Hey, we got another full slate of games this evening. Now, we're not picking anything to team ride alongside. We didn't really like any of the players to potentially put our 2-0.
Sure.
2-0 record right now on DraftKings bet rate.
Undefeated.
We didn't really,
Just saying.
No big deal. But yeah, it's a great Friday, Herbie. Thank you for joining us. You look fantastic.
Glad to be with you guys. How's everything going? I mean, you and I have been talking about the album coming out. I mean, this is midnight. I was up late, saw the text going out. That's exciting. I know you talked about it in the opening segment about the writing. Not an easy thing to do. You've been down here in Nashville recording and put a lot of time in this. I know.
Well,
over
thank
the years,
you.
not just this past year, but this is like a culmination, right, for a long time.
Yeah, Herbie, you've heard the different stages of all of these songs, I think, in the way that I've kind of had to piece them together over the last couple of years. And yeah, you've always been so supportive. And Herbie loves music. This man loves music. So I appreciate the conversations that we've got to have because I do as well. And like me learning about the music process, the questions you've asked me have helped me that's a good question, actually. Let me go ahead and see how this whole thing works. So you've made me better in this whole process. I appreciate the hell out of you. And thanks for staying up late. I know your old ass can't do that all the time, especially. Yeah, exactly. Especially with
Not easy.
How fresh that skin is fresh off the off season.
Yeah, he looks 30.
Herbie's ready to go.
Hey. 6 weeks of not taking it. I told you about my back. I couldn't walk. I couldn't leave my house for 6 weeks. Last 3 days out in this freaking heat and humidity. Got out. By the way, like 2-3 miles, which, as you know, from where I was, ready to go. We're in mid-season form now. Is
this an announcement of what happened with your back? I don't think we've ever talked about it. Did you talk about it?
Well, yeah, I don't think I've talked about it. No, I had a AJ. I don't know if you've ever had lower back. I've never had really lower. I've had a few lower back things. Got an epidural, kind of good to go. Dude, I was out in Las Vegas for Kenny's opening night at the Sphere and just went to breakfast with Allie. Well, got up from breakfast, couldn't walk, just locked up. Wow. Wheelchair. So I was on Dr. Sills, who's the NFL, he's a neurosurgeon, NFL chief medical officer. He luckily lives in Nashville, and he and his team were trying to figure out, because I have so much degenerative stuff and I have stenosis. I didn't know any of this. I didn't know any of these words, by the way, 6 weeks ago. And I couldn't get out of the bed or walk for 6 weeks. And a guy named Dr. Gardaki here in town did a non-invasive procedure, grabbed a bone spur that was kind of compressing my L5 nerve. So that took the that took the burning sensation out of my right leg. But dude, I had these just zingers in my kind of my upper quad and my upper glute, just couldn't walk. And so he went back in 2 weeks later and did kind of cleared some bone and some joint out to clear out the nerve, the L4 nerve. So I've been able to walk here for about a week now. So ready to roll now. So yeah, back out in the trails.
Hey, good to see Peter getting back out there because Peter was getting fat because you weren't out there walking him. I know that.
We got to get him ready to roll.
Yes,
he's ready now.
Certainly, but we can't have a lazy Peter. No, because Peter is
he's stalked.
He's a unit.
He's a stallion.
Yeah.
You know, Peter is a stallion. His tongue kind of lazy. His tongue is.
It is.
Tongue is a lazy tongue. Every other muscle.
By the way, we've not neutered him. This is breaking news.
So he's dumping.
His breeder contacted me and said, if we get him AKC registered, his heart, his hips, get all that cleared, she's like, if you want, we could consider breeding him.
I'll take one.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never even thought of that. That would
He'd love that.
AJ, yes.
Like a horse.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a
Yes.
stallion like American Pharaoh.
Like Secretariat.
But,
Yeah.
Yes.
but the
We're
way
gonna call him Peter North soon.
Good callback.
Nice.
You guys are a mess.
no, it sounds like it could.
Hey,
yeah, all right.
big fella's ready to roll.
Yeah, I bet he's. I mean, this guy is about to know his worth, though, too. Hey, it seems like every time I do this, you get a new car. So let's make sure we're having a good time here on all sides of this. Shout out to Peter. That's a damn good dog. I'm happy to hear that there's going to be more of him. We need that, obviously, in this world.
Yeah.
Dogs are a beautiful thing. A great.
How's
thing.
your dogs?
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the corgi, doing his thing. He just gets sunned every single day, but comes back for more with this blue healer Pyrenees.
Is Chuck still on this season of My 600-Pound Life? Or is that...
All right. Forget the dog talk. Let's get, Cooley, please. Rest in peace to Valerie, by the way. Shout out to her. She's,
R.I.P.
Literally one of the inspos to Pitbull and Mugshot, which leads Polarizing Figure. The first words on this album are rest in peace to the greatest dog of all time, Valerie. And,
By the way, last thing about the album, the record.
And dogs.
What I loved is the hopefully people are going to be able to not just enjoy the music, but really like listen to the words. Because what I love is there's some really, I mean, we all listen to all these different albums, but I think what separates this is you got some great messaging out there. Like you really got some strong lyrics and sent some really good messages, I thought, that I think we can all relate to and enjoy. So I think it's good, important to enjoy the writing, really.
Thank you, Herbie. I appreciate that a lot of you.
That's not easy, by the way.
Well, and getting a chance to be around like the other writers, it is cool to kind of learn their processes and how it all goes about. That's obviously my favorite thing about it all. And already writing, already been writing, for.
Are you going to perform any of the songs today?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know about today. Should we do it? I don't think we should. This place.
That'd be sweet. That'd be cool.
That would be incredible.
But I think we should build up for the first live
give it away for
performance.
free?
Yeah, I think we should build up.
Can you maybe do some on game day?
Oh, yeah. Definitely do some on game day. But I want to do one at this place, Rathskeller, downtown Indianapolis.
Yeah.
There's a place downtown Indianapolis called the Rathskeller. They do not know that we've already announced this. Okay, so we have not talked to anybody at this place about this. We are just kind of putting this out into the world. This is where we're going to be doing the first one. We'll let you know.
I haven't called him yet, but this is where we're going.
They're gonna love this.
Yeah,
There's lines in the water, actually.
I mean, hopefully. But there's been a lot of lines into the water all morning. Like, hey, can somebody get a hold of the guy? We know the guy down there, we think. They're a great venue. So, Herbie, hopefully you'll come to this. But this will be the first live performance. We'll do the entire album. We'll be able to.
I'm in.
We'll be able to get, the choir that was used for some of these songs, so good. I mean, just so incredibly talented. And then the people that play the music, would like to get them up there, too, so they can absolutely show.
Wow.
Yeah, so we
a lot of people don't understand when it comes to recording that, like the band that we see that it's with Luke or whoever's out there. First, the artists that are in the studio doing it, it's not not like Kenny Chesney's band is in the studio recording. Like, it's a totally different band. And you kind of went through that process, right?
Yeah, the tracking. West Station is where I did a lot of mine at, and the talent from these people. I mean,
insane.
It was disgusting. Gumpy was in it. I mean, I guess Gumpy was a right. We got this all documented. Obviously, going to make a whole documentary out of this entire thing at some point, and it was. so cool how nice and how hospitable all they were. But all these musicians, huge sports fans, is what we learned. So they were excited to get in there, I think, with our stuff. And Gumpy, I said this earlier, but it was real. I think me telling him, like, hey, whatever the hell you guys think is the right play, let's go ahead and do that. It felt like we got to experience some magic from these dudes, Gumpy. Is this the last thing we say about this music album? That is currently available on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think they'd ever seen that one before, where they were like, you guys do what you want and we'll figure it out. Like they were like, this is fucking awesome. They're like, this is incredible.
Now, we have never done anything other than that, so we have no idea what is normal, what's not normal, but it did feel like there was a little extra juice in the air whenever it was like, hey, I'm not going to act like I know, okay? I would like it to be upbeat of it. I love that. If you need a banjo on this thing, need a fiddle, obviously, that's one of the... we like a guitar, and then we need a fiddle too.
Yep.
So obviously that whole thing. And Holman, Ilya, this entire crew, Ernest, thank you all. Let's talk ball, please. Can we fucking talk sports?
I have one last thing. I just want to say, because I haven't had a chance to talk to you. The Patriot games, I just want to say how sweet that was. Out there with the kids and promoting that in the great state of Ohio. Welcoming the president down the steps. I thought that the whole thing was what really stood out is where you sat on the dais right next to the president. I thought that was a Navy SEAL like bodyguard next to you, because the shot that I saw, like, look, honestly, I was like, with the hat, I was like, who the hell's next to Pat? Like, is that an armed guard? He's like, no, that's Gumpy. I was like, oh my.
Yeah, that's
love
Gumps.
it. Yeah, I love Gump sitting right in there.
Yeah, Gumps had a Liverpool tarp on too. He was deciding between black T-shirt or Liverpool tarp on plane.
All black was the move. Yeah. That was the right decision.
I should have potentially maybe thought about how everybody else was going to be dressed as well. I didn't know that was going to get such buzz that it did. But yeah, it was cool. And also, not just us, obviously. Head of Disney, ABC, and ESPN.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's like, I think we're going to... I know there's a lot of people obviously saying a lot of things right now. A lot of positive as well, You got to remember that too. A lot of positive as well. Don't ever forget about that. It's like, okay, all right. I appreciate that.
You getting a little negative feedback?
Okay, all right. Thanks, Herbie. We knew what was going to happen there. But on that note, I think over the next 10, 20 years, what this Patriot Games becomes, no matter which political affiliation is
it has nothing to do with the Patriot Games.
Well, I think it's sweet, though. I think we have a good opportunity here to create something special, And I was honored to be a part of that, and I think I'm not the only one that thinks that. I think there's a lot of people that are going to try to make that, because we would like to keep kids fit so that they can maybe play in the NFL. And maybe they could play in a preseason game on Thursday, August 13th, 2026, and maybe get named to the preseason All-Pro list. Congrats to these gentlemen. Preseason All-Pros right here, Herbie. We kind of broke down what we saw from last night. I don't know how many of the games you caught in real time or on multiple different platforms, obviously. This is who we named as the preseason All-Pros. Just if you have any thoughts on any of the guys and expectations.
Well, you guys hit on Jeremiah Love, and I think all of us going into the draft when we were talking to folks, like, who's the one guy in this draft? I think it was almost pretty unanimous that everybody was like, who's going to get Jeremiah Love? The most electrifying player in the draft. My only concern is when you showed the highlights of him, I love the vision. I love the patience through the hole, and then the acceleration, the jump cut, just all that like natural stuff that he has. But he's such a determined runner that what I worry about is just I hope he's safe. I hope he's smart as he goes as an NFL player. I just hope he learns where to fight for those extra yards and when to just kind of, okay, I'm going to get down. And I'm not saying be soft. I'm just saying a couple of these runs, I'm like, oh, my God, watch the knee.
Yes.
And I just think he's going to have to learn that because he's such a competitor. But he's what he did last night doesn't make you go, hey, wow. It was kind of like, this kid's a freak. And I agree with Ty. When he went to the black hole, the Cardinals, it's like, well, it was fun knowing him. Like, we'll never see him again. But you got Mike LaFleur, who's going to bring in. You got Nathaniel Hackett, who I know Ty's a big fan of. You got an offense that they're going to be able to work around with him to try to put him in space, whether it's catching the ball to the backfield or just like this. Opening up get him to that second and third level and letting him do what he does naturally. So I'm excited to see him. Mendoza had some moments that I heard you talk about kind of learning, getting under center, turning his back, on those play action, which is a big part, obviously, in the NFL with the run game and that play action game. I thought he played in rhythm. I think where he's going to learn is when he plays off schedule. He's going to have to either check it down or make quicker decisions, obviously, when he goes up to that level. At Indiana and in the Big Ten and even in the playoff, he was able to improvise. I think a lot of people were surprised, even in the national title, when he took off and had that clinching touchdown, that he had the legs to be able to do that. He's going to have to, again, just kind of learn how much faster things happen. That throw is
nasty.
In rhythm. You could say, well, if the ones were in there, he's not going to. Bullshit. I mean, that's a tight window. He felt it and got it out with one hitch. I mean, that's exceptional, really. I mean, those are the throws you got to make. You're not making those throws in college. That's an open window that he's going to have to get comfortable with, and he will. I think his setup with Cousins there, learn from him, sit back and watch, really couldn't have been more ideal for his development and coming along.
Not just Kirk, Tom Brady's there too, man.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah.
He's wearing sweet glasses and cool pants. Have we seen Tom Brady in public not looking cool since he retired? He looks cooler every time I see
that helmet on.
His outfits are cool, yes.
I saw him at a wedding. He looked awesome. He looked absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
I congratulate him on getting a chance to have that flag football game in America, because I think the only, maybe negative side of that was a 27-hour trip, that a lot of people were having to sign up for, and everybody was doing that. Instead, it ends up happening in Southern California. So I congratulate him for that, obviously. Didn't even get into, hey, you own the Raiders. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a pretty sweet thing.
Probably the best watch collection, you think, in the United States?
Well, J.J. Redick used to have it, and then J.J. Redick said, who does this benefit? Other than me. And then he said he sold them all. He said, you can't have your possessions possess you. Did you ever hear that? And I guess J.J. Redick got pretty obsessed with his watch collection. I just learned this on a podcast. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just learned it yesterday. Saw it in my algo. My algo was telling me, I think, hey, let's remember this.
Mr. Wonderful's got a good one?
Yeah, Mr. Wonderful's got a good watch collection. I think
I didn't. Huh.
There's a guy that we know, all of us, that we've gotten to meet through Entourage. I think he owns a couple watch companies. I think so. He has.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has a couple.
Sure.
When are those coming here?
Well, I guess allegedly the companies that he's going for, they only have 70 a year. And
sure.
It's $1 million.
Well, there's only 12 of us here. So.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's the watch guy with your crew right there? You or?
I mean.
I know AJ's not. He's an Ohio guy. He's not a watch guy.
My wife bought me this. So obviously I wear it. I don't know what it is. Anytime a watch person comes up to me, they go, "Ooh, the Dahn," and I go, "Yeah, that's right, man. That is right." But I have no idea. I have no idea about any of it.
That was never. When you grow up in Ohio, you don't even.
Yeah.
You don't really know anything about that.
I just saw a Honda Accord disappear from the bank account, and I thought I was getting robbed. And then I thought I was getting robbed. And then I go home, and this thing's waiting. It's okay, yeah, this is really nice. This is very nice. I do appreciate this. But then we just keep it. Okay, back to football. I'm sick of it.
Here we go. Here we go.
I like that your Jeremiah Love take, though, is similar to what I was thinking as well. I was watching all those plays, and I'm like, man, there's grown men here now. We got some big dudes that are going to be on the other side of that. But I think that's what makes him so great. Christian McCaffrey had a similar type style where he was exploding into contact and choosing to take more collisions. And it's that just might be his thing. And if he can take it, he's going to be incredible to watch for the entire NFL. Okay, let's continue chit-chatting about more. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Herbie, I don't know if you got a chance to check out Mike McCarthy-led Pittsburgh Steelers. The offense looked good, very efficient. All their quarterbacks seem to play well. But I guess, what do you expect from them this season? And are you surprised, I guess, at all at how Aller, Will Howard, and all these boys played last night, including Mason Rudolph?
No, not at all. They got four guys there that, not just last night. I think a lot of people have high expectations for him, especially in Mike's system that's quarterback friendly. I think Will Howard's almost a forgotten commodity a little bit in Pittsburgh. Maybe not for AJU or me, because I think we're pretty obvious know what he's capable of doing. But I think it's going to be exciting. We all try not to overreact to any of these preseason games. The defenses aren't doing anything that they'll do week one in the regular season. But just fun. This kid out of Iowa, by the way, is a freak. And a lot of people don't know much about this kid. Most of his stuff in college was more as a returner. But this is cool to see. Aaron, Mike reunited, back together, in Pittsburgh, having a chance to show us what they're going to be able to do. But yeah, all four guys opportunity to play, get the ball out of their hands quickly, which is a big part of what Mike's system is. And I know Tone's excited to see what the Steelers are going to be able to do this year, I'm sure.
Yeah, certainly excited. Last night you got a lot of Yinzers excited, not only about this year, but the future, because if this is what these quarterbacks are doing in this offense, cannot wait to see what Aaron does in an offense that he potentially helps create in this entirety. And then also with DK and Pittman and Mount Washington and Freiermuth with his incredibly girthy.
Yeah, sure.
I think that's a good word.
Yeah.
Girthy hips to knees.
Dense.
Ham hocks.
They got to be fake. He's got to be getting BBLs in his quads, hamstrings, and his ass cheek.
Maybe.
Cool.
Kirk, I've never been more whole. DK Metcalf and him walked up next to each other. That's my first time seeing DK in real life, too. So obviously you see DK and it's like...
Different. That's a different person there.
And then he's just like, having a good time, ate 10 things of ice cream last night. It's like, good for you, DK. Good for you, DK. You're unbelievable. He's awesome, by the way. DK is hilarious. I didn't know DK Metcalf was hilarious like that. I don't think we've ever done it. But it was hard not to just stare at what Freiermuth had going on. And then you look at the rest of the Steelers. Coming off the bus, the Steelers are like the Cowboys of old. And I know McCarthy used to be Dallas Cowboys coach, and I'm not trying to tie them together because I'm talking about pre-McCarthy. I'm talking about way back. The Dallas Cowboys getting off the bus used to just be a gigantic crew. That's what they are. That is what the Pittsburgh Steelers are at least looking for or becoming. There's a chance that big physical, especially with an offensive style that can attack, maybe the Steelers go,
Look out.
Bro, I think last time we talked about the AFC North and just how exciting of a division this is going to be this year. With Burrow's team healthy, they picked up a few pieces on the defensive side of the ball with Big Dex. We know what he can do. Jonathan Allen came over, almost a forgotten commodity out there on the inside as well. So their defense, which was a sieve last year, they should be a lot better. If you can keep Burrow upright, you think about the Bengals and the firepower they have. Of course, Baltimore is always going to be a factor, even though you got a new regime there and Jesse Menner taking over, but Lamar's there. So I think it's going to be a blast to watch that division this year.
All of football is about to be amazing this year. Biggest, best year of all time for all the ball. Cannot wait. And maybe the Steelers do go on a run. And Tone, everything you were saying was like, yep. But you mentioned another guy there with Joey B being back in it. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Herbie, we always talk about the Bengals and their slow start, so I wanted to go back and see actually what it was since Zach Taylor.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
19, they started 0-11. That's a slow start.
Yeah.
20 was 0-2, 22 was 0-2, 23 was 0-2, 24 was 0-3. Last year they actually started 2-0, but it was an ugly win against the Browns and the Jags, but still 2-0 last year. Now they're playing guys in the preseason. They didn't look great last night. Joe Burrow did some good things. They did some bad things. But how do you feel about the Bengals and their slow starts and then deciding to now the last couple years play guys in preseason?
Well, I don't know if anybody, including the head coach, Zach Taylor, can really put his finger on it. He's emphasized it. I've talked with him about it. I mean, it's been a huge emphasis with some of the veterans. It's almost like it's become a mental thing where you get into a rut. You're trying so hard. Sometimes you press a bit when you're trying so hard to do some things. I think it's really about just trying to stay healthy. And I think a lot of these players that were younger 3 or 4 years ago are now veterans. They've been around. They understand the importance of coming together, working not just in camp, like you said, maybe getting some more action in the actual preseason games, try to get their rhythm established. It's not like you said last night they looked great, but this offense, I think, is going to be fine. The real issue has been with the Bengals has always been about two areas. It's been the defense and being consistent. Really haven't had a great defense since that Super Bowl run in 21. And then the other thing is the offensive line. Do they have a cohesive unit that can stay healthy and hold right here? Can they keep him upright? Can they take care of him? Can they establish a run to take some of the pressure off of him? You watch sometimes these Bengals, and it's like pass, because they can't establish the run game with the offensive line. So the offensive line is a big key. And then the moves that they made on the defensive line and the back end at safety, can they become a more consistent bunch? That would help them, I think. I haven't looked at the schedule to see how they start and who the teams are, but I know with Zach, I know it's always been a priority. They just haven't been able to get it going.
Yeah, and you talk about the offensive line play, and we're seeing Joey Burrow on the ground in the first preseason game.
Not good.
We don't like that.
And did you see the video from the sideline?
Already?
I did not see this.
Dude, we don't. Dude, come on.
This is from Joey DiBertino.
Okay.
Okay.
He knows.
Joey, the bag of footage.
Yep.
Joey DiBertino here says, hey, nothing to see here, but maybe he's just trying to get a little bit more flexible, which he is. But we saw him hit the ground. He got hit again. It's like this is a constant problem for Joey Burrow. I would like to see him be protected because we know, just like Goff up in Detroit, if you're able to get Joey, he can make I mean, he is an actual assassin. And with the weapons that they have, you can do it. But with the money they spend everywhere, and I think they've tried to get better at the offensive line, it just missed.
But Pat, cut to that shot again with that the Paisan that had that. Look what he says. He says he's stretching out his left foot that he had surgery on.
No, that's
the right foot, right?
Yeah. Joey, the bag contents knows that there's.
No, he was finishing with the left.
Yeah,
nice. By the way, how about the kicks there on Joey B there?
Yeah, pretty clean.
Pretty cool. Yeah, he always looks cool.
He does always look cool, which is why we like.
I think it'd be great. You imagine the year he could have if he dropped back and had time to throw, and it had a running game.
And I never want to see this again. I don't want to see anything like that.
You might TV shows.
No, I don't want to see any. It's not TV. It's social media. We got to the bottom of that. Okay, it's just social media stuff where they're saying it's okay to maybe potentially showcase if the lads are in love. Okay, maybe it's okay to be able to do that. That has been announced that it is okay for them to showcase that they're in love. Okay, that's what the NFL social media team.
Not my quarterback.
More smooching, huh?
Not my quarterback.
It's not more smooching. The smooching has always been happening. Now they're just saying, hey, we should maybe let people know that they're doing
you guys
smooching.
Smooch on the sidelines.
No,
that sounds like that's what they're doing.
No.
What are you talking
to the game I love?
What? It's not about the game. What game? Love? Are you talking about the game of love?
No, the game we love. NFL football.
There was a report this morning that the NFL is promoting wags-like content, allegedly.
Smooching.
Smooch ball is what they're calling it.
So we thought this was all a setup. We see Herbert and B are doing a thing. It's like, oh, they're doing a reality TV show. This is obvious. Like they're doing this is all a setup, Turns out that's not what it is at all, okay? The way the NFL is talking about it is we certainly have allowed a little bit more freedom on showcasing, if people are in love a little bit. Just go ahead and show. And Connor hates it. Ty's disgusted.
Probably AJ's idea.
Hey, in high school football, if AJ Hawk walked down the hallway if he had a girlfriend in high school and our coach saw him walking with a girl, he would get his head smacked across. I mean,
dudes only.
You weren't allowed.
Is that what he was? Is that
I just watched it happen to Gary Bertier the other night. He was on the phone with his girlfriend and he said, "I love you, Sugar Plum," or whatever.
Oh, he's cupcaking over there.
They all razzed him. Yeah, can't have it.
Yeah, listen, it could be cupcake. I mean,
National Football League.
I'm not a fan.
Whoa!
See? Yeah. You don't say, Herbie.
You never would have known. Never would have known. If we had to put a vote on if you would have been a fan of smooching on social or not.
Are you a fan?
Me,
he loves love.
Of smooch ball? No.
I love love off the practice field. I love love, but not.
In my mind, if he plays good and wins, sweet. If they lose, it's going to get, This guy, instead of getting extra reps.
Hey, smooching all training camp.
That's all I think about with anything. Like, because you can be who you can afford to be, All this stuff only gets brought up if you don't perform well. Like, if the Chargers do what they did to the Texans last night, do that to everybody, and this offense is just, absolutely outrageous, I think it'll be hey, listen, you saw who she was. I mean,
now everybody's going to
You don't think he's going to play better with that lady around? That's what the reaction is going to be. If he doesn't and they continue to do what the Chargers have done with Justin Herbert there and not make it, it's like, this guy hasn't made. So that's just what, as soon as I see those videos, that's my first thought is like, man, you're going to get killed for this. They are going to get absolutely killed for that.
But don't you get killed for everything?
Yeah.
Man, got to play well.
That's not true.
If you don't play well, aren't they going to? It's always something, right?
Yeah, we'll certainly find it. But if you're smooching out there on the field, there's certainly what I think is you're just giving people ammo.
You're asking for it.
I potentially think you're giving people ammo. Not that I'm somebody who doesn't give people ammo.
Sam used to come over to the Colts practice, and you guys would smooch it out after a practice.
There was like a bleachers area, I think, where the family was, and then they would let their kids.
Yeah. That's totally different. I'm talking about
sit down, rub each other's heads.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
Was Peyton Manning doing that? Was Tom Brady doing that?
No.
Aaron Rodgers doing that? No. We don't even know.
What's that? We don't even know what.
We don't even know what the guys of the way pass would have said about all this.
Dick Butkus, was he doing that?
Butkus was freaking Fran
Tarkenton.
Was Tarkenton doing
You
this?
think Tarkenton, Madison Beer and Tarkenton are potentially dating ever?
Had she been?
Yeah.
Had she been around when Tarkenton was playing? Yeah.
Wasn't
Can
Bart,
we push the break a couple minutes,
Wasn't
please?
Bart
I have a
Starr
couple
Marilyn
more
Monroe
questions for
doing it?
Kirk Herbstreit.
Is Bart
Bart Starr, Marilyn
Bart
Monroe.
Yeah, I think. Oh, no, Joe, name it. Are we going to start naming all the greats?
Hollywood Joe kept it off the field.
He joked.
Oh, did he? I don't know.
Sure, we heard about it
Until he was done playing.
Yeah, he waited until he was retired.
Okay, I just want to let everybody know.
You imagine Joe with
Give me a-
TikTok and Twitter and all or X and everything. I mean, you imagine Broadway Joe.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't.
I can.
Which is why we can't be
dominating.
comparing them. You know, that's the entire conversation. Just a whole different universe living in.
He'd be
back
at the
then
white parties.
Versus now. I don't think, boy, Joe would probably be breaking glass panes with his head at those.
So excited.
At those Reuben parties. Sorry, super duper white parties. Having a good time. No, dressed in white.
Are you involved in that? The all white parties?
Come on, Herbie.
Herbie, weren't you there?
We're happy everybody's having a good time, though. We're happy everybody's having a good time. Whatever you need to do to have a good time, you do it. Now, if you suck, they're going to hold all this shit against you. So,
yeah, agreed.
I'm happy Beer Bert are in love.
Yep.
But if Justin does not do great, they're going to kill him for it. Now, on that note,
I'm not praying on it.
I think people changed a little bit, as they learn more potentially about Herbert's lady on the internet, from my understanding.
did.
The initial reaction.
In what way? What do you mean?
They're surprised he even made it to practice.
Yeah, there was a second wave of people that were like, okay, yeah, you know what? Maybe Herbert can get excited that he gets to see her, for the first time in about a week or so. So if he wins, it's great. If he doesn't, they'll attack him. But I love, and it's not a reality show, which we thought we were getting gimmicked into. It's not. It's just a social thing. So
We'll see.
Now we move on. Let's talk about the second biggest sport in the United States of America. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Herbie, good to see you. Your hat right there says Texas across the front, and I am just a blind faith believer in Arch Manning. But then every single time I go on, some sort of account on X or Instagram, I'm seeing that
They're dying to hate him.
They're dying to hate him. All I see is that he's the most overrated player in the history of college football. Where do you stand on that? Should I just have blind faith that he's going to be the number one overall pick and Texas is going to make a run at the whole damn thing? Or what is kind of your entire viewpoint of Texas football and specifically Arch Manning, the quarterback?
Well, it's like round two, right? I mean, I think the experience of this last year without playing a whole lot of ball and then being thrust into that spotlight and the expectations that came with that last name. And then he has that performance in Columbus and everybody's like, oh, he's terrible. I knew it all. It's just, unfortunately, that's why Cooper, his dad, and his entire family, they tried throughout the recruiting process. And even when he was a backup, they just tried to please, he hasn't earned anything. Don't talk about it. They did everything they could. But then once he went out there, it was what it was. And I personally think what he went through a year ago will not only benefit him this year, because now he's kind of experienced all that hate, even though he didn't deserve it, didn't ask for it. But I think it's going to really benefit him in the long run in the NFL, because a lot of these guys that leave college, they don't go through this. They don't go through that adversity. They're superstars, and they go up to the NFL, and all of a sudden, boom, they have to deal with it. And a lot of them freak out about it. Boy, Arch Manning dealt with more than I've ever seen a college quarterback deal with in just that first year. So you come back round two, a little bit more weather.
They told him to throw that high.
Huh?
They told him to throw that ball high in the drill. I watched this video last night.
I'm with you. Honestly, I think, Connor, that he's got a chance. And I think with Sark, knowing now what he does well, where he's still kind of growing, the pieces around him, they got Ohio State early. I mean, you're talking about a massive game for both of those teams, just like it was last year. And they brought the kid over from Auburn, who's just an absolute. He's the closest thing to probably like a George Pickens in the NFL that I think we have in the college game. Those two are gonna have a big year. I think the kid's experience last year, the hate that he dealt with, I'd be shocked if he and Texas don't have a big year. I'm with you.
I cannot wait for the college football season to get started. Obviously, we kick things off down in Baton Rouge with Lane Kiffin and LSU hosting Clemson. Cannot wait to get back on the road. We're coming up on a hard out here in about 2 minutes, but we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up a huge night last night.
Yeah, Herbie, just curious on your thoughts on the Field of Dreams game. Saw you tweeted about it, and as I was watching it, I was just thinking, man, this is something just tugging at Kirk Herbstreit's heartstrings. I knew you'd love it. did you watch much of it, and just what'd you think overall?
I wish we had more games there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I agree.
I think it's the fact we only get one, it does make it special. And there's just something about when those legends come out, that's powerful. Like if you're a baseball guy, like you grew up loving this sport, and you see, I mean, I love the movie, and to see those guys, I mean, look at that. Look at the fence. The corn, I mean, it's just perfect.
Yeah, that would have been a great photo for that guy to have for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Rest of his life.
Robbing a home run in front of the corn, Mountain Dew right there.
Mountain Dew, right? Yeah.
Instead, you kind of, boom, you knock it over for Kyle Schwarbo to have a 2-home run night into the corn. Good for Schwarbo, by the way. Ohio guy, Midwestern guy.
Oh, my God.
Having a night in the corn like that. Obviously, baseball royalty at this point. So good for you getting back into baseball a little bit, Kirk, because we know you quit the game.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he stood up, too. Good. I like to see that back. And
all right. This is Joe Morgan.
Looks good.
And that's Johnny Bench. You ever heard of those two guys? Mm-hmm. The damn. Can you see it?
Yeah, there it is. That's better. Yeah, we can. That's sick.
Now we got it.
See, I'm just telling you guys, like, when you grow up with that,
it's just
I'll tell you what, though. Listen, the Reds got in a fight. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen from this era Reds team.
Okay.
They showed a little bit of fight last night.
Yeah.
They came in on your guy, Sal Stewart, twice.
Yeah.
Hit him in the helmet on the second. So
can't be doing that. Can't be beating
no.
Sal Stewart in the head. Not in Cincinnati.
95 at the Dome. Like that one, he kind of looked at him like, bro, what, we good here? Like, what's going on? Look at Sal Stewart's face like, yeesh. What's going on here? Very next pitch. Hits him right in the head.
All right, we're out of here, Kirk. You're the man. Hour 2 on the other side. Goodbye.
Rest in peace to the greatest dog of all time, Valor. Wake up in the morning, smoking coffee, no cream. Scroll the feed, see some tweets or some crazy ass scenes. Trying to get to some money with our Powerball dreams. Cause when bills start stacking, we all feel the heat. We all hate the same folks, mostly lame bros. All the ink Karens need go back where they came from. Cause we living, baby, we gotta get it daily. Wish we'd all spark up and light up all the shady. Yeah, I got a pit bull and a mugshot, putting cliches up in a tough spot. Got some candle shooters and some folk who are movers, and a buddy down the county running roughshod. We all got problems and bullshit that we go. System missing the mark, leaving us doing the most. From the burbs to the country, all the way to the hood. We can all get along and motherfucker we should. We all hate the same folks, mostly lame bros. All the ink Karens need go back where they came from. Cause we living, baby, we gotta get it daily. Wish we'd all spark up and light up all the shady. Yeah, I got a pit bull and a mugshot, putting cliches up in a tough spot. Got some candle shooters and some folk who are movers, and a buddy down the county running roughshod. Different paths, similar scars. Avoid bullshit, it's so hard. So raise your smoke, whatever's your drink. We're more alike than we think. Forget the labels and the hate, they divide and conquer. We're all on the same rock together, we should wander. Yeah, I got a pit bull and a mugshot, putting cliches up in a tough spot. Got some kin who are shooters and some folk who are movers, and a buddy down the county running roughshod. Yeah, I got a pit bull and a mugshot, putting cliches up in a tough spot. Got some kin who are shooters and some folk who are movers, and a buddy down the county running roughshod.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this Feel Good Friday, August 14, 2026, hour 2 of the program begins now. Football! He is the greatest. That's AJ Hawk. AJ, Centerville, Ohio. Centerville Elk legend.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. Physical specimen coming out of Centerville, Ohio. Mm-hmm. We're about to talk to maybe the biggest monster to ever come from any state, but definitely from what we've seen out of Ohio. We have never talked to the table at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone. In the back, Bruce Brown back there next to Foxy.
Hey, Bruce.
Obviously got Nick and Gumpy. Bruce Brown and I are normally initiated into kind of these commitment group text messages. I'll tell you what, we've never had a guy or a player or family say, we don't know what position we should put him at, you know? I guess just put athlete in there? I don't know, just put athlete in there?
Sure.
Well, athlete, so what's that mean? Like he plays wide receiver or like something like that? No, this guy's 6'2", 238 pounds. Okay? 41 times he did the 225. This guy's in high school.
What?
This is a high schooler in a town near you in Ohio, okay? And potentially a college near you. Massillon, is that the name of the school, AJ Hawk?
You could say Massillon.
Massillon. Okay, Massillon high school legend. A man who might be the strongest, toughest, baddest Ohioan in the history of the state of Ohio, which has a long, long list of absolute dogs. Ladies and gentlemen, to make his announcement of where he will be playing football at next, in Massillon High School, the Massillon Washington Tiger, Brayton Feaster.
Yeah, Brayton!
How you doing, dude?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing? I appreciate y'all for having me.
I don't know if you heard my entire intro right there, and I'll tell you, I should have expected that head. AJ, look at the head on this guy. Literally, look at this. Look at
Watch
this.
his clips. Watch everything. Yeah, absolute killer. Yeah, unbelievable respect for your game, sir.
Yeah, so it wasn't just, hey, we're going to be an athlete. He decided, let's do a linebacker and running back as well, okay? So then you start watching these clips, and I'm sorry I'm going to force you to watch these alongside of us, but what you do on the field is outrageous, sir, okay? And we are honored that we get a chance to be a part of your big day where you're going to be announcing who you will be blessing on the football field next, and just learning about you and knowing that you're from Ohio, and obviously with the way you play, and AJ had like 30 touchdowns or something as a running back in high school at Centerville as well. So just knowing that we potentially have the next AJ Hawk who might be bigger, stronger, and faster and tougher somehow is just an honor for us. So please know that we're very thankful that you chose to do this on our show, Brayton. And to Dad, Bo, great name, Bo Feaster. Love everything about you, sir. Love the tie. Love what you did there. Mom, Mikey, brother, Bryden, sister, Braley. Who else do we have over there with you, Brayton?
We got the grandparents, mom's mom and dad, dad's mom and dad, and then we got Coach Moore, head coach. We got Coach Kent, defensive coordinator.
Okay, so we got an entire squad here. Great to see you all. Thank you all for what you've done for Brayton. Brayton, with your numbers and seemingly being a 45-year-old man already at the age of 18, when did the recruiting process start for you, and how has it gone?
It started young. As a freshman, it was a lot of MAC coming in first, and then it started kicking off after that. But it's gone really well. I've been very incredibly blessed to be in the position I am. A lot of kids don't get this kind of stuff, so I'm very blessed and very grateful for where I'm at.
Classic Ohio. Obviously, we'd expect nothing less there. I love that the entire family's with you. Love that this process has gone the way it's gone. Obviously, we see Ohio State there, Cal, Oregon, Georgia. Could have a hat under the table, too. Classic Ohio. Yeah, you know. Oh, look, who knows? He just said, who knows? You never know. Well, Brayton, we appreciate you for allowing us to be a part of this. And if you want to let the world know where you'll be playing football at next, we'd love to hear it, man. Congrats.
Absolutely. First off, I just want to thank everybody who's been a part of my process. Family, friends, grandparents, anybody, coaches, staff. Everybody's played a huge role, community. So I wouldn't be where I am today without everybody, without the motivation. Just being a young hometown kid, just showing everybody that it's possible no matter where you come, social status, ethnicity, nothing matters. As long as you put the work in, keep showing up every day, you can be in the position that I am. I'm just awesome and incredibly blessed to be a beacon of light for those kind of kids. So with that being said, I'm going to take my talents the next 4 to 5 years now with a new role to the University of.
Oh,
no!
Oh, under the table. Oh, no. Oh, that look, one particular color did it not?
University of Oregon.
Wow! Dan Lanning goes into Ohio and pulls a 6'2", 238-pound, 4'4" running, 41, 225-pound bench presser to Eugene, Oregon. What a swing. What a play. Brayton, I know you want to celebrate with the people that are there. I know there's a bunch of people behind this camera as well here to celebrate you. If you could just tell us why you inevitably ended up choosing Dan Lanning in the Oregon Ducks. And also, who is the 6'14" guy over your right shoulder back there?
That's my little brother.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Okay. All right, go ahead. Nice.
But ultimately, I chose the Ducks because from day one, it's been nothing but consistency. From the minute I stepped on campus, it's felt like home. Coach Lanning, Coach B. Mike, every coach on the staff. I mean, everybody showed with a passion that I'm their guy. I'm just excited to take that to the next step, come in as a freshman and compete and show them why I'm the best out there.
Hey, Bo, how do you feel about the boy obviously traveling to Eugene? We love it up there. Every time we've gone up there, we've had a spectacular time. Obviously, Dan Lanning and the culture and the facilities are spectacular. But Ohio State, I don't know what the family's ties are. This feels like a big swing for Dan Lanning. This feels like a huge win. How do you feel, Dad, about the entire process and how we landed here?
I mean, it's Brayton's journey. Ultimately, it was his decision. I support that decision. He put in the work his entire life. I had these guys grinding, preparing to be Spartans. They're 3-4 years old. It wasn't easy at times, I'm sure, the way that I pushed them. But ultimately, I'm extremely proud of this young man, and I look forward to his future. That could have been anywhere in the world. But as of now, Oregon Dad, congratulations, son. I'm proud of you.
Hell yeah, Bo. Hell yeah. Bo, it looks like you maybe lift a little bit, too. It looks like we still get after it a little bit, Bo. We classic Ohio guys still, or what? Oh, I can't hear us because they're clapping. Bo, you still get after it in the gym?
So I used to try and keep up, or I would say stay in front of the boys. I got hurt a few times trying to do that. So now when he goes up a couple plates, I stay where I'm at.
Okay, I like that. They're still in there, though, mixing it up. They still need to know that Dad can still whoop that ass if we had to. I like that. I do. I like that a lot. Mikey, Mom, how do we feel about Dan Lanning and the staff up there taking care of your boy for the next 4 to 5 years, which I like, by the way. Normally everybody says 3 to 4 years. You saying 4 to 5 years is a cool thing. A little chess player coming from the Ohio absolute meathead dog out there. But, Mom, how do we feel about Eugene being the next stop for your boy?
I feel completely blessed. I'm so excited that our son gets to spend the next 4 to 5 years over there with Dan and Coach B. Mike. We have gotten to know them extremely well. They're amazing people. Their wives are amazing. The kids are amazing out there. I wouldn't want, honestly, any other coaches to take care of my child while he's clear across the country, like 10,000 miles in 2 4-hour flights. So I honestly wouldn't leave him in anybody else's hands.
I'll tell you what, that layover, you got to count that time too. Dan doesn't like bringing that up, but there is a layover time as well. And we get a couple tackles, and maybe we negotiate out of those layovers as well. I think they have a couple of those birds up there. Congratulations, man. We can't wait to watch your journey. You being 238 right now, I mean, you put on 15-20. You athlete, linebacker, running back. I'm excited to see what you become, dude. You're a football player, and we know you're going to be raising hell everywhere that you go. Congratulations on today, and enjoy all of it. You're playing against high schoolers soon?
Yeah, so we're going to go get after it, and we'll go bring home a home state championship in Mr. Ohio. So let's do it.
Okay, hey, yeah, no big deal. Good luck out there, and good luck to the whoever the hell has to play this guy.
Yeah, the other team.
And the brother. Jeez,
see you in a couple years.
All right, boys. See you later. Congratulations to the entire Feaster family and team. You're the best. Good luck out there, Brayden.
Thank you.
Okay, AJ. Crazy AJ. Get you out of Ohio.
Fuck.
That's going 2 4-hour flights.
Man.
How are you not getting
What the
that?
hell is going on, AJ? He is you.
You should have been in the living room. Come on.
I never have ever looked or ran or moved anything like him. He's an absolute freak of nature. I've been seeing his clips for years. So, yes, you can't get them all, I guess, at Ohio State. But, man, I'm looking forward to watching him play, though.
He's a good Ohio lad, it does appear. And I'll tell you, the recruiting announcements on our show and commitment announcement on our show, good times, good moments. I'm excited for the little brother as well as the entire team. Dad still got it as well.
Yeah, very excited for the little brother. That kind of stole the show for me and Ty. We were actually just looking at each other like that guy has to be his, 30-year-old older brother who's just part of the family still and hanging out. No, turns out that guy's probably 14, in Ohio 14, if you will. And we'll probably see him committing on the program at some point too. But him saying 4 to 5 years, I thought was cool. You brought that up. Like that's a very new thing. I think the way his mother even talked just about Dan Lanning is very endearing, to the point like, yeah, there's no other people I want to take care and watch over my son. I think that says a lot about the Oregon football program as a whole. But yeah, that guy's going to be unbelievable to watch. We kind of had a debate earlier. Like, he is going to put on 15 pounds. So is he going to play?
He's rushing the passer.
Yeah, is he playing D end? Is he playing linebacker? Is he playing D tackle? Or is he playing fullback?
Is he Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
I think he's rushing the passer, AJ. He's 18. He's 6'2", 238. He's got a 42-inch vertical. He's explosive as hell. He is, I assume we got some real wiggle, good hands, and he finishes through the ground with all the highlights. I assume he's going to end up getting to the quarterback.
Yeah.
It's just my natural reaction, AJ. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you could plug and play anywhere, but imagine him with the force this guy he has. Like, imagine him with a running start, a 5-yard running start, blitzing the A-gap on somebody. Good luck if you're a poor back trying to step up in the hole and block him. Like, I think they're gonna try to cut him over and over again in high school, and he's gonna jump over him and get some sacks.
Yeah, I assume that's gonna have to happen to all big, fast, strong guys. And I get 4'4". Why don't we cut? I guess have him out in space.
Put him at tight end.
He looks like a long lost Bosa brother.
Legit.
That guy looks like he is meant to be on the edge.
I mean, just think about him with a tackle. Obviously, tackles are unique freaks as well. But he's got the wiggle. He's got here's him jumping, okay, whenever they do just off the mat. Yeah, he floated. And I don't know if you saw that. He's 240 pounds, this guy. And then there's a high school lift. I guess it's 185 instead of 225. Mm-hmm. 50 times. It was honestly just, how you doing? Keep him moving. Then you look at his dad. I was really hard on these guys for a long time. I appreciate them taking coaching.
3 or 4 years old.
Hey, that guy had him in the gym in the morning. Hey, let's go. We got to get strong. We got to get to a quarterback here. Okay, we're either tackling or scoring touchdowns here. We need to make that happen.
No nonsense.
Classic Ohio family right there. I love everything about it. His brother, Bryden, 6'4". Okay, he's 6'4".
Does he play ball?
Yeah, he plays ball. Yeah, he's class of 2020. He's a 3.0 GPA, by the way. We'd like to let you know that as he goes out there. Okay, so maybe... What's that?
6'4".
Yeah,
that's great.
What is he, 14, 15 years old, 16?
Yeah, and his neck is already wider than his jaw. Yeah. That's insane.
I think we know where that guy's probably going to be, if I had to guess. I think he's probably doing this one, or...
He might be, that one. He might be a Kelsey brother.
He's the edge.
He might be the long lost.
He might be a tight end.
All right, let's move away from that. Maybe joining this guy's team. Last night, a beautiful display of ball for the brand new Pittsburgh Steelers, who are under the leadership of a man from Greenfield. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is a Super Bowl champion. He's been a head coach of the Green Bay Packers, the Dallas Cowboys, and now the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fresh off a night where everybody's saying, hey, this guy might actually be able to coach the quarterback a little bit. Mm-hmm. All three quarterbacks had all-pro type nights for the Pittsburgh Steelers last night. Ladies and gentlemen, calling the plays, Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, Coach!
How you doing?
Hey, gentlemen. How we doing? It's good to see everybody.
Hey,
AJ looking slick, high and tight. Look at you.
You're looking good, Coach.
Hey, you look good, too. Look at that beard. Nice trim. Nice. How was last night? Hey, how was last night for you? I thought it was potentially going to be emotional walking out of that tunnel, even though it was a preseason game. Being the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, I think to you means a lot. Last night, first time kind of walking out there. What was it like for you? And did you have any different feelings than you've had? Obviously, you've been a head coach for 100 years now, but did last night feel different than another preseason game?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. I mean, it was a very heavy day, all day emotionally. So, but it was great to get started. You know, you always, reflect back to April, everything that goes into getting ready to play that first game. But yes, personally, it was very emotional.
Did you cry? Did you drop some tears last night? Did you walk out there and say, 3 miles from here? That's where I was. Was there any tears last night? Was there any conversations or moments? And last night after the game, before we dive into game, when you put your head on that pillow, big pillow. Huge pillow. It's a head coach of Pittsburgh Steelers.
Firm pillow to keep that head up.
Because the head, big brain in there. So that's a big pillow. When you lay that thing down there, do you go, I'm the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers? How often do you have those moments? Are you doing any of that?
I mean, you asked me to come on and talk about quarterback play. I could get this abuser back home.
No, we're talking about heavy is the crown. Heavy is the head. I'm sorry. Where's the your Pittsburgh Steelers head coach? I'm trying to see if you still have that feeling of like this is the Pittsburgh Steelers, because it was very obvious whenever you got signed. It was like a huge deal to you. Do you still have that right now, or are you in the middle of work and job? Like, hey, we got to get this team good. Who cares about where we are right now?
Oh, definitely. No, it's not lost to me at all. I mean, every day is a reminder of this great opportunity, and growing up here and being, a huge fan of the black and gold. Now to wear it. I mean, Aaron and I were talking in pregame about just how special, that last night was, for the start of it. But yeah, trust me, it's not lost. There's reminders all the time. I mean, it's every day going to work. I mean, I walk and drive the streets that I grew up on. So being back here it's incredible. It's incredible for our family, and we thoroughly enjoyed last night. Just the experience. Very thankful for it.
Hell yeah, I'm happy to hear that, because that has kind of been very obvious since you got the gig. I think to all Yinzers everywhere, Yinzers have been pumped up and excited to see what your team looks like. And guess what? Hey. We passed the test last night with 100 different quarterbacks. Yeah. I mean, it felt like last night was all systems go for your offense. How should we be taking away what last night was as a first preseason game, but also our first time getting to see you with the Pittsburgh Steelers young quarterbacks potentially of the future after Aaron's done?
Well, big picture, I mean, it's definitely it's preseason football. So as we know, and, obviously you playing in the NFL, understand this. There's so many different things you're trying to accomplish, in the preseason. So I thought we got off to a good start there. But from the quarterback position, I've been saying all along, this is an outstanding room. With the Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers. But I've been nothing but impressed from, really early in the spring with Mason Rudolph, and I was excited to see him play and take those first reps. And I thought he had a hell of a night. And then you got your two young guys. I mean, Will Howard's been waiting for this opportunity for over a year. So it was great to get Will out there. And he had some tough preseason situations, which always happen. Things are not always clean. And then he responded with a great 2-minute drive. So that was excellent. And then, and Drew had a huge second half. So, I think it's clearly a performance that we can build off of as a quarterback room. But this is a hell of a room. I'm really excited about these guys.
Last question for me before AJ has one for you and a couple of the boys who we know you have to get back to work. We appreciate you taking the time. We saw Drew Aller in his biggest game at Penn State whenever he was taking on
Oregon.
No, who was it? The playoff game? Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And we saw the moment. It was the last play that he had of the season after he was potentially being crowned the next guy, and he made a bad decision. And then that obviously got very loud. But everybody that was around him said, "This guy's a guy. This guy's a guy. He's big. He's strong. He's fast. He is a quarterback. He is what he is." But obviously, saw some things. His last year at Penn State didn't go great. You know, it is what it is. You guys draft him. Everybody thinks this is a surprise that the Pittsburgh Steelers draft him. And then we see you working with him like in the first couple of days, and everybody's like, hold the phone. Mike McCarthy gets a chance to basically mold a 6'5" guy who has all the capability. Do you view it like that? Like whenever you get a chance to work with him, somebody that everybody knows the immense upside, like the size, the athleticism, the arm, everything. How do you view it when you first start working with a quarterback like Drew, and where are we in that entire process? And I think we say the same thing about Will too, as you have to decide about these younger quarterbacks. But at some point, can you just tell me about that process and development of the quarterback? Because all anybody says is, well, it's McCarthy just taking care of these guys. What does that mean exactly?
Well, I would say that those are kind of words. I mean, first and foremost, if we go back to the draft process, when we drafted Drew, we felt like we were getting a first round pick. When just the value that our personnel department had on him, coming out of his junior year, and just you sit there and listen to all the reports and just as you talked about the timeline of his career and what happened his senior, he had the injury and so forth. So, and all that's holding true. And Will Howard, just you look at the way he finished the college football series. So you got two excellent young guys here. I mean, we have a quarterback process that definitely works. I mean, Tom Arth does an incredible job. I think you clearly have to recognize the quarterback coach in this process. Tom's the guy that's, our offices are next to each other. He's in there every day, bright and early. We got a good plan for these guys. And then it's special because you do have Aaron in the room that's able to, frankly, say the things before you can even get them out of your mouth. And it's a lot like parenting because, when you have kids and you tell them to do something, they get, it's okay, but when you got a Hall of Famer that tells them to do it, it obviously carries a different tone to it. So it's a really good room. These two young guys are blessed to have that the asset of knowledge and experience that Aaron's very forthcoming with, and it's a quarterback process that Tom Marth is doing an excellent job from his part of it, and it's just something I've been a part of for over 30 years. And it's a system that works, and these two young guys are doing a hell of a job.
And this is why you are the head coach of the Steelers at this exact time. I think that is a part of the story that is going to be told at some point in Yinzer lore. But last night was an exciting start to it all. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Coach, I'm just curious, like all the behind-the-scenes stuff that maybe we don't get to see as fans. That this is your first time with this staff, like in a game day situation. So how is your what are you guys working on with your communication, the game day operations? Do you guys take this as a big opportunity to work on all the little things that we may not see?
That's a great question because we were really challenged last night. Our ace, Steve Skarnecchia, just had a medical situation that he was attending to, so he's my chief of staff, and he's the guy that's in charge of everything, especially the little things. So it was, a challenging, opportunity for us as a coaching staff, football operations. So, and especially being the first game out the door. So there was a lot of running around, frankly, behind the scenes and making sure, we had everything buttoned up and you're trying to do what's best for our football team, our program. It's easy to come into an established organization and just, change the date on this is how I've done it. This is how we do it. But also this is Pittsburgh. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's a lot in place that, goes back, generations. And, and I'm very mindful of that and how we, do all the little things that lead up to a game. And so that part of it is fun. There's things that we'll correct and change up for next week. But, it was great to, to get that first home game win and, because winning's important. I know it's only the preseason, but you have to learn to win again, and that's something that's true each and every year.
Yeah, a lot different bus ride home. It just as a metaphor after a dub as opposed to a loss. Not that you guys.
I had the ultimate ride home last night. I had a police escort, so I think I made it to think I made it home in about 7 minutes.
Look at this. This is what it's like, though.
Only if you win.
This is what we're talking about. This is Yinzer King stuff. You know, Bill Carr. You should see Carr. They do that for Carr already right now. So
no doubt.
Yeah, this is
no doubt. That's special place. Special place.
Look at you getting police escort back to the house.
Hell yeah. Cool.
So
Mom and Dad, hey, welcome back. Hey, go win, Mikey.
Like Elvis.
Grab a Peroni.
Go win, Mikey. Come on in.
A Peroni.
Whatever. I don't know what they're freaking called.
Hey, Tone has the last question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, obviously it was a great night, but you and I both know when we sit down, we watched the All-22 today. It wasn't all candy and rainbows last night. So what do you think when we sit down today, me and you together, we're going to see that we need to work on coming up here in the future?
Oh, all the little things. I mean, you can start with the fundamentals. I mean, that's always the case. I think the big one that jumps out at you is the penalties. This is really a normal process. I know my personal experience, when you get out there and you want to be ultra competitive and you want your play style and the physicality and you get down to, how you're performing at the whistle. So we'll definitely, we have some reviewing there that we'll take the time to go through it. But yeah, the fundamentals is really the thing that always comes out of these games. So, starts in the trenches, and we call it the Steeler 6, the Steeler way of doing fundamentals. So that's what we'll be highlighting when we get together with the players tomorrow.
I didn't pay close enough attention. You guys didn't tackle good, right? Was that something? Because you said you guys weren't tackling. How was the tackling last night?
You're hilarious.
That was a big conversation.
Yeah, people weren't happy.
Yeah, it was a huge.
I don't know. Give me your view. How did we tackle this?
I don't remember thinking, "Wow, this is soft football team." I don't remember thinking that. I do remember thinking about an Iowa guy a couple of times.
Yeah, Coach.
Well, I got the all-time leading tackler right there, AJ Hawk. AJ, how did we do? What did you think?
That's good.
I thought you guys did great. Especially, I think people are worried about the Packers tackling. I think coming out of that game, not you guys tackling.
So no, I thought I did. I thought we got off to a good start. In a number of areas, but there's always plenty to do. As a coach, you always like to win, and but more importantly, it gives you more energy when you take it into the emphasis of being accountable to do it the right way.
I love that you said, yeah, all right, so we did tackle good. Okay, just so we can put that to bed. It got pretty loud there for a while. Okay, all-time leading tackle for the Green Bay Packers right there. Not me, just so this guy says it. Actual last question, and we apologize for taking up your time. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Coach, listen, I'm watching that game last night. I was looking at Caden Weechin, and I obviously knew what he can do. I think a lot of people maybe didn't. I said, God damn, that's a young Randall Cobb out there. And I don't know if you guys drafted him envisioning that, or maybe he was just going to be mostly a return guy, because I think he had maybe more receiving yards last night than he did in 4 years at Iowa. But is this something that, we can maybe envision a little bit more moving forward? Like, is he going to be heavily involved as a receiver, or is it another one of those things where it's just, hey, it's the preseason, he's a young guy, we wanted to kind of see what he could do out there?
No, he definitely has to do more than, being a returner. I mean, it's important for your players to always have two jobs. I mean, that's something I firmly believe in philosophically, as far as your offense and defensive responsibility and your special teams responsibility. So, I mean, I hope to God he could be a Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb was an absolute stud for us and during his career. So, but that was a big play. That was a big play in the game, and it's a basic 5-step drop that we've run a million times, and it was great to see Drew sticking in there on time, and to see Caden, obviously, get after it there for a huge play in the game.
Yeah, huge play, a lot of explosives. Preseason football has been fun this year. Can't wait to watch your team continue to go. You playing Aaron Rodgers ever? Because I heard you were going to play him, man. He didn't want to play, right? Remember?
That's what I said.
That's what I heard.
Well, hell, just put him on your show again. Jesus Christ. I thought we were on the same team here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
got any follow-up?
The head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers here, Coach Mike McCarthy. Thank you.
Yeah, Coach.
Perfect.
Jesus Christ.
He's the best.
He is.
He's the absolute best.
Can you imagine next time
this year?
He's like, "Hey, Aaron, you got to give me a heads up. You're going on McAfee. You got to tell me about this."
Jeez Louise. Golly.
So I can wash.
How about exactly. How about him walking off that stage that day, and Aaron's there, right, with DK, I do believe.
Yeah.
They're
And Muff, yeah.
And Mike goes, "All right, Aaron, you going on there next?" Aaron goes, "Yeah, I'm about to go." He goes, "All right, Aaron, okay, man, good luck."
Yeah, whatever.
Walks his way. Gets in a golf cart. They drive him up to a meeting. Hey, just break down a couple things just happened in practice. Boom, bang, pow. Gets out of the meeting. Did you hear? Everybody's buzzing. About what? What Aaron said on McAfee. And his immediate, what?
Oh, geez.
And then they start reading it off to him. So he didn't say anything about me? No.
Emotional
That team?
Emotional football.
No. Thank God. People are going to be mad about that, though, right? Yeah. All right, let's move along. I need to have a meeting with the senior council.
Yeah.
I think he did. He said we had a meeting with the senior council. The next day he was asked about it. He said locker room's good. Everybody's good. I'm just trying to make football team better. Burt Lawton put out a statement. There's a lot of different opinions in the locker room. I promise you that, the Pittsburgh Steelers. But we are a football team moving forward. I liked Burt's statement, too, about it.
It was great.
He didn't throw Aaron under the bus either, even though, Aaron's an adult. Hey, Aaron knows exactly what he's saying and what he signed up for. And normally, that'd be a good time or an easy time for a franchise to kind of, just kind of separate themselves. Instead, Burt was like, listen, there's a lot of opinions in the locker room. These are adults here. This guy's 40-plus years old, been living on this earth a long time. He has his opinions. He's been through his own thing. I like the way they handled it all, and I do think it brought that team
close together for sure.
Because the reaction from team whenever Aaron walked off that was big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was not everybody. Okay, not everybody in the roster, not everybody in the locker room, which is what Burt was saying. Obviously, there's people that feel differently about that entire thing, but it was like it felt like the lads were pretty like, man, this guy's got big gut sack just to kind of. And Aaron's like, yeah, man, I don't care anymore. And double middle finger. That thing's everywhere. I'm seeing.
That's a great video, great GIF. Yeah, that should be used all football season.
I'm seeing that GIF absolutely everywhere, and I hope it's used for the good reasons. Because just like we were talking about with Beer Burt. They'll potentially bring that back up if he plays bad. If this Pittsburgh Steelers team plays bad, obviously there's going to be a lot of people attack. That's kind of how it goes. But you see that offense last night, you can't help but think to yourself, when Aaron's in this thing and they got all the guys, if they can protect him, this might be a real team to be a problem with. But on that note, it is preseason game one. Let's move along. We should highlight some highlights, though, should we not?
Yeah.
Let's go to the Colts-Patriots game. Spencer Schrader back off a broken leg, torn ACL. I forget what it was. It was terrible. In the middle of the season, he was great. Hits from 61 yards to tie this thing up in the fourth. Yeah, you want to tie ball game in the preseason? Of course you do. Send Spence out there, 61-yarder to tie it up. Beautiful work. He and Blake Grupe now have both hit 61-yarders in games for the Colts this preseason game. And they have two kickers that are going to be in the NFL, AJ. And I told the story earlier about some kicker on some team that thinks he gets the job because the other kicker gets fired or whatever on cut day. And then little does he know, he's having lunch, and then he's never going in that back building again because one of these guys, as soon as they get cut, is going to another team. Congrats to them. Also, Bryce Betcher, former baseball player. Did you see this, Age?
Great player.
Oregon. Bryce Betcher potentially Brayton Feaster's, kind of filling in what Bryce Betcher is in this entire thing. He's a thumper. We love having him on our team. I will let you know that. Is there any Patriots highlights? But let's go to Will Mallory, tight end for the Colts. Incredible catch. Incredible show. And Anthony Richardson had a night. Riley Leonard had a night. And this guy right here, dog. Colts are about to win it all. Okay, that's what I learned last night. Tied the AFC champions.
Ton of catches.
Tied the AFC champions.
Not too shabby. I do feel like we're missing a couple great throws from Tommy Two Chainz, Two Cutlets to Kyle Williams. But, yeah, Betcher was damn near the most impressive player, especially out of the rookies last night.
Yeah, and this Will fella of Mallory, if this is how we're going to use our tight ends this year, I'm pumped. And if he's going to get added into the entire thing, I'm excited about that. First preseason game, tough to see anything, but maybe get a chance to see what some trends are going to be. Let's go to the Titans and the 49ers. Obviously, Robert Saleh taking his Titans back to the San Francisco 49ers, where he was the defensive coordinator. I love what I'm seeing out of Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Hey, Cam Ward and a Brian Daboll offense, we talked about this, might be the perfect match, perfect pairing. What are expectations for the Tennessee Titans? Well, their uniforms are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
Their uniforms are.
I like it.
Yeah, I love the uniforms. I love that they got a new stadium coming. I love that there's a new vibe down there. And I love that Cam Ward is potentially matched up with a perfect offensive coordinator for him with a lot of talent. Are the Titans actually going to do some shit this year, AJ?
What is their over/under? Do we know that what they put on them? Because I actually have high expectations for them. I think they're going to be much improved. Obviously, Daboll and Cam Ward actually 100% seem like a great little pairing. And watching Cam Ward on the Netflix, quarterback series, whatever, I have a ton of respect for that guy and his family and how he handles his business.
6.5 is the over-under for the Tennessee Titans. Okay, so I think a lot of people in this room thought that the Sportsbook DraftKings would be disrespecting the Titans more than that, maybe a 3.5 or 4.5, which would have been that. 6.5, I'm still going with the over. I like the way their team is operating, and I like the fact that Robert Saleh is going to have a good defense. Yeah. Right? Like we know Saleh's going to have, has not had a good defense.
That was one of those stats that we pulled up yesterday about defenses who go from 32nd to top 5. I believe that was Bob Saleh's Jets team that went from like 32nd in the league to 7th in the league or whatever. And also we know from at least the last couple of years, whoever spends that top tier money in free agency, that does actually result in more wins. And I think they were second after the Raiders in spend.
Everybody says you can't win a Super Bowl in April. It's like, actually,
you can win about 10 games.
Yeah, that actually is kind of what's been happening as of late. The more money you spend in the free agency, the quicker it's been hitting. Every salary cap gymnast seemingly does well. Have we seen any like really bad Saints? Maybe the Saints
they had a few down.
But they had to. They want to.
They paid the piper eventually.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, is that the only one we've really seen?
The Rams had to for what, a year?
But they didn't really.
But they bounced right back.
Then they bounced back.
And they're big with just the picks. It's not even as much as them paying the piper as it's just they were just paying the draft guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of conversation about spending money in free agency, and if you do it, you win. That's why who got paid for the Colts? Everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They've never paid the piper, and they've never benefited from the piper.
Well, right now the piper is nowhere near because I'm watching Alec Pierce walk up hills.
What?
I'm watching him do stretches.
What?
Pretty good.
Is he almost back? Is he coming back soon?
I'm not a doctor, but I don't know if we are.
That's what it is.
I don't know if he's going preseason game 2. Remember, this is a heel.
His skin and muscles there. I saw a picture the other day where it's just his bones, so that's not true.
No, yes, he is still an absolutely jacked freakazoid. Okay, this guy is going to catch a deep ball on your team at some point this year. Had a heel thing, had a surgery in March, I do believe. The goal is to get him back by week 1. This video hit the internet, and everybody's like, oh, there's a guy scared to death to be standing on 2 feet right there. So a lot of question marks in that, but Alec Pierce is a dog, and they said they're hoping he's back by week 1, which probably means like week 3. Hope is normally a word that is used for like, yeah, we can. But I think they'd be wording it a little bit differently. As long as he gets back, we're A-okay. But I don't like what I'm seeing from the videos, and I do love what the possibility is of him and DJ getting back on the field together.
Oh, and that's the biggest thing out of anything is that the McCourties were at the practice the other day, and they said it doesn't even look like Dan Jones got surgery on his Achilles. So you should just be happy with that, and who cares who's playing wide receiver? You got Tyler Warren at tight end.
Exactly. That's probably going to be our number 1 receiver. He might be
2.
It may be our number 2 receiver as well. He might be the one that resets tight end market. Brock Bowers as well.
Yeah, right.
Those two might, because Tyler Warren was our number 1 receiver last year. That's not going to change, especially if we look at what they were doing to Will Mallory last night. Feels like they're drawing up a lot of tight end stuff that's happening in there.
Run it behind him.
Yeah, and there's a good reason. That guy's unbelievable. If he can stay healthy. His head also. I mean, he's got one of these things.
Yeah, great hair.
Yeah, he's an actual Sasquatch. That guy's a Sasquatch. The clock just went out. Did we lose power? Is everything okay? You guys
we still got 2 clocks over here.
Okay, all right, sounds good. Just kind of dropped off. You know, there's been some power issues with the storms that we've been having. Maybe we're clear there. Has the storm passed?
I don't know. It's been raining for a week.
It's supposed to rain like all weekend, too.
We've been in the middle of it, man.
Yeah.
The Midwest, I think, as a whole, and everybody, it's been a little bit that. But you know what? On the other side is some good times coming. You know, we got football coming right now.
Yeah. 26.
We got more preseason football today and this weekend, and we got some quarterbacks playing, okay? We got some quarterbacks playing. This is obviously something you have to look at whenever you're thinking about dabbling and potentially, responsibly, putting a little action on a preseason football game. Now, this does not mean that this team's going to win, because 3rd and 4th quarters can be devastating with a bunch of players that you know nothing about, which is why if you're gambling on preseason football with the best sports book on earth, DraftKings, you definitely need to be super cautious.
Yeah, passive.
Yeah, this is chill.
It's passive gambling.
Do not be an asshole here. Okay, you're betting on preseason football. Let's not be an asshole. If you're of age, we'd love for you to come join us on Draft.
You're undefeated.
Yeah. Now we're seeing it pretty good right now for the preseason, but we're doing it responsibly. Tone, what should we be looking at here with who's playing and who's not playing today and tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, similar situations to yesterday. The one yesterday that popped out was the Titans were starting their starters against the Niners, and Niners didn't have their starters. Bengals had their starters, and Lions didn't have their starters. Both of the dogs in that situation covered. The Jets are in that situation tonight where they're playing their starters, and the Bucs are not. And then the Finns are also playing the starters, and the Commanders are not. That's kind of the situation that's happening tonight. Looking forward to tomorrow. The Panthers and Bills are both going with starters. You're going to see Josh Allen versus Bryce Young. That'll be a good one tomorrow. So, just make sure you look who's starting. And we've done that for you here. You're welcome. But just make sure you know who's going, who's
People
the
will
backup.
thank us.
They should.
They always do.
They always do. That's kind of the fun part of this whole thing.
Yep.
Young
Just
quarterbacks
hearing
have been very good, too.
The gratitude on the other side of stuff. That is very cool of people to do that. But I do think the young quarterbacks have been good, and that goes back to the NIL college football stuff.
Agreed.
A lot of snaps. C.J. Stroud did it first. Yes, before Jaden Daniels. Yes, C.J. Stroud comes in, dominates rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
This never going to happen again. Okay, that's what everybody says. Never going to happen again. Never going to have a rookie be able to play like this. I don't think he threw an interception for like 11 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, it was a long time.
I forget what it was. It was absurd. He was making window throws. No rookie quarterback's ever going to be able to do this. Jaden Daniels came in next year, did the same thing. Had a record-breaking year. And then we all had to start thinking, like, never going to happen again is our thoughts. And then now it's kind of happening here on a regular basis. Why is it? The amount of snaps and plays and games that these guys are getting in college, especially at the elite level that they're getting paid at, and they're already having to deal with money, so that's not really a distraction. The business isn't really a problem. I think these guys are more professional coming in, both on the field and off the field, and I think that's why we see Carson Beck no-looking in a Hall of Fame game. I don't think you would have seen that many years back with a rookie quarterback, especially drafted that late, so who knows how many reps and everything they're going for. That's Fernando turning around immediately. I mean, that guy's played so much football in college in big moments. I think that's a huge asset to the NFL. Drew Aller, same thing. A lot of football, a lot of big moments. Had adversity, money, you name it, already dealt with it all. It's like, I think that's really an asset to the NFL going forward, I think, AJ.
I think it's huge. Obviously, reps, I think, are the number one thing, no matter what school you're at as a quarterback. Like, the reps that he has, especially the game reps. But when you're playing in big-time games over and over again, and you have so many banked reps where you've seen so many coverages and everything, I think they are coming in as true professionals. And now with the NIL situation, like, the majority of these large college programs are ran very much like an NFL franchise. So I think we're kind of seeing that with these young guys stepping in and feeling comfortable early.
All right, it's Friday. That means we got to wrap up the week. And, every once in a while you show some highlights, and it gets people excited. Our favorite thing is showing, like, the no's of the week. And I'm going to be honest, this week, we took a trip outside of the football universe.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, we had to.
Do we got the one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hop on the no train. And this one was in everybody's algos. We have never seen a man lose this bad just to everything around him. Guy shows up with a beer. You've seen it. Ring camera. Hey, boom, beer explodes on him. Cheeks are out. Head's off the wall. Person he's coming to see opens the door and goes, "What the?" Just
goddamn,
immediately attacks him. So this is maybe the biggest no we've seen in some time, and we'd like to let him know. We're happy he's wearing his Crocs in casual mode, not in sport mode. Yep. Okay, he's got them things unlatched. He could have never expected that. And the way I'm happy he's still alive. He took a header off a door. The beer spit in his face. I mean, immediately after. And then his cheeks are all over the place. Yep. So, I mean, it's just a colossal no for Buddy, but we want to let him know. We appreciate the mindset he was in and where he was headed at the time. What a legend.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think if I know anything about this guy, he went inside, went right to his fridge, and cracked the fresh beer. This did not deter him at all.
I mean, what could you need at this moment?
Another
nice cold beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe give me a long neck ice cold beer. Never broke my. It's got a baseball. I didn't know this was happening. We had a soccer player, remember, try to get into the portal afterwards.
Yeah.
People falling down. Not good. It's got baseball. Los Angeles Dodgers. The people that are breaking baseball, ruining football, ruining baseball as a whole. Freddie Freeman, legend, icon. Oh no! Oof. Oh no! Is he okay? Is he okay? That's what everybody was saying.
Someone should be there to break his
Yeah,
fall.
definitely.
Be where your feet are, Freddie.
Well, I mean, that's the problem is because where his feet was, there was nothing to tell him that there was nothing coming. You know, normally your knees would at least touch something, get the flip to slow down. That is just an absolute fall-off cliff right onto cement.
Yeah.
Now, did he make the catch? I don't think so, but we're happy he got back up. This is absurd. I didn't know this was possible, but wow, what a terrible misfortune here for Freddie on where that exactly was.
Yeah, and I don't think if you don't know and you've never seen that, that is from the field level to the bottom of the dugout is it's a steep drop, and a lot of people were saying, that was the Royals dugout, and you're not going to help a guy catch it, but typically a couple players would be there to make sure that a guy from the other team doesn't potentially take a header off the cement. So scary situation, but Freddie's okay. He's going to be okay. He'll be just fine.
Yeah, they said he avoided all injuries, and Freddie Freeman's a dog, of course.
Tough son of a bitch.
I mean, what if he would have lost some of them teeth?
Yeah, not good.
Perfect.
Not good. That's kind of a tooth losser.
Oh, yeah, big
He's
time.
got a great smile.
He's listed as day-to-day with total body soreness.
That makes sense.
Swear to God.
I like that. Hey, what hurts? Not so much here. Not so much here. Just mostly kind of the whole thing.
Everywhere.
My head, you see.
Wear and tear.
And then my shoulder, I think kind of, man, terrible that it just so happened to be right there. It's not the only one. I don't know if you guys saw this. Jumbotron Dahn in Illinois. Obviously, we're putting this up. I love the addition to make high school athletics even better. I like that there's, chance for replays and highlights happening. We got a chance to be a part of something with that.
You got insurance on that?
Oh, no! I assume there's some sort of insurance, especially because, it's on the company that's kind of putting it in right now. So there's probably some contract signed there. The amount of time it took to piece that thing together, and the LED boards, if we know anything about them, they're just tiny, tiny little things connecting like this. So like a car crash where if you hit like a bumper, it offsets everything else in the car. This whole entire thing, I assume, totaled because all you need to do is just accidentally bump one of these things and they're not connected. The amount of money that is worth, too, a huge amount of money. Obviously, nobody dying is a huge thing, but I appreciate the fact that they were going to do this for the high school. To do it again, it's going to take a lot of money. They're going to have to rebuild this entire thing. There's a company called Daktronics that did great work for Plum High School, which we definitely appreciate and respect. But the amount of time it takes to kind of piece these together along, can't be having them fall just moments before they get hung for the first time. The boys feel terrible. They'll get back on it, but you can't help but watch us and just go, oh no. Kind of a bummer, Tom.
Yeah, absolute bummer. And now they'll know, though, when they go to put the next one up, hey, we can't use floss, just, run-of-the-mill floss that you buy at Walgreens to hang this thing from the ceiling, because it's kind of looks like that's maybe what they were trying to hang this thing up with. But like you said, I mean, this thing has got 2 crushed dead people written all over it, so thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah, thank God, because you do think about that probably as it's going up in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
Man, if this was the fall and something, this would be Final Destination situation, and then let me get out of here, and then it actually falls.
Exactly.
I don't like driving behind things that are sticking out.
No, you can't.
Not.
Yeah.
Got to pass those people immediately.
Yeah, it freaks me out a little bit, I'm going to be honest.
Has to.
Yeah, it just...
That's what makes the movies the movies.
Yeah, why is that thing looking at me a little bit right there? And it's almost worse when they put a little dangler on it, because it's almost like, hey,
see a ratchet strap kind of bouncing around a little bit.
Yeah, and then you look at the person, that person's never used a ratchet strap before. But it's easy to tell they never in their life. I'm going to get in this lane here. I'm going to go to the gas station, let them get on down the way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get out of here. Thank God nobody died.
Yeah.
Shout out to that high school that are putting that in.
Without a doubt.
That's huge investment.
Well, trying to.
Yeah.
Now they got to redo the floor. And
the decision was made, though, to invest in this.
Yeah.
So I respect and appreciate that decision.
And now they said, fuck it, let's just buy a bunch of history books and be done with this thing.
They put a
We're not
27-inch
doing
TV
this
up there.
again.
Our basketball team sucks anyways. What are we doing?
I don't know. I see a lot of banners up there, don't I?
Yeah,
we
I think that's
still-
just other schools in the conference, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I look at that.
I
one,
bet they're great.
That one up there in the middle, right to the right of the work. There's a lot of numbers on that one.
You think that's maybe just like records,
That was
though? I
rifle.
know that's like a popular high school gym thing.
Yeah, but then the one right next to it is also, and then I think this is a good school.
Yeah, down below there, you see. Yeah, you might be right. We might got sectional championships, conference championships.
Gym.
You might
It's
be
a
right.
big gym.
I mean, they're putting that big ass.
Yeah, they are.
And
You're right.
They got
Yeah.
they got to move a little bit of product, you could say. As we wrap up here on this glorious Feel Good Friday, some things that we haven't chatted about. College football, obviously, in the middle of some insanity. We believe that the Protect College Sports Act is going to be first thing on the docket whenever these senators get back from lunch.
Yep.
Recess.
Definitely.
Sure.
They're out there on the monkey bars.
Yep.
Yeah.
And going down the slides.
Carousel.
Big slides. They're doing that. They're on recess right now, obviously. Getting back to their constituents, touching base, seeing what they want. When they come back, the Protect College Sports Act, allegedly on the docket at the beginning. I think there are some amendments that still are potentially going to be made, or they have already been made. I would like to say that I have tried my best to be like, hey, we do need something, even though I don't want to get into that world. I don't understand it entirely on how it all works, because I think there's people like maybe putting things in the back of bills potentially that, politics happen that I don't think. But I do believe there is still positive momentum to get that done.
Okay, good.
Now, on that note, that does not mean it's all smooth sailing for all these schools right now. Texas Tech can't find an opponent. Did you hear about this?
Oh, yeah. Not great.
They can't find an opponent. Nobody will book them. So whenever they play some tiny school that just takes a paycheck, people are going to say, well, who are they playing? Why do they get a chance? It's like, well, they're coming out saying, we're trying, and nobody wants it. Remember, Cody came on and was like, we'll drop our first game. We'll play Tech. We will pay our people to leave. We want to play Texas week 1. They could probably do it. And if they don't have the boosters to be able to do it, we'll pay for them to do it. It's like, this is the first really successful college football team that has openly and publicly been like, we're trying to stack our schedule and nobody wants any. They're kind of exposing the entire process, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, that is how they're spinning it.
Jeez, Todd.
Well, I think this is a lot to do with a lot of teams and programs and conferences remember what they tried to do this offseason.
Come on.
Now, it didn't end up working out for them, and they, because of public backlash and all of that, had to, cut ties with Brendan Sorsby, but nobody forgot about that situation.
Yeah, we're the most hated team in college football, and I absolutely love it. Joey McGuire told his team in a meeting.
Exactly.
Everybody hates us, buddy. And do you see what David Bailey's doing right now? Have you heard about him at camp?
Yes.
Just absolutely slaughtering.
Yeah,
They say he looks like a 10-year vet out there.
See him tonight.
I think that's only going to continue down there at Texas Tech. Let's see. Did you see the prices for everything? For every college football position came out, and who knows, talk to agents, talk to players, yada, yada, yada. Quarterbacks, $1 to $3 million. If you're up there, though, $4 or $5 million if you're one of the number 1 or number 2, especially if a school's got a good booster. $300,000 to $800,000. Definitely running backs getting paid $1 million. We knew a school that had $2 million running backs happening. Wide receivers, you can get $1 million. Know that there's more money to them as well. This is just an average, I would assume, because there's certainly some outstanding ones like Jeremiah Smith. We'd assume he's making a ridiculous amount. Tight ends, that's the number. Kickers are making $500,000 at this point.
Love that.
Okay, I love how much everybody's making. We don't think that money needs to go away, but we do think there needs to be some sort of something.
Definitive.
There needs to be something going on out there to keep it all, at least some sort of rules. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So if we can get that done for college sports, we'd all be pumped. And I love how much money everybody's making. I love how good sports have been to everybody. And I love that football is changing lives, just like we had today with the Feaster family.
That's right.
That was awesome.
Unbelievable.
We are so incredibly lucky that we get a chance to do this every single day. Thank you all so much for following along and allowing us all to live the dumbest life of all time. Myself, definitely. The Diary of a Polarizing Figure. I'm very proud of it. A lot of work went into this. I cannot wait to perform it live for the first time at the Rathskeller here in the next couple weeks whenever they find out that that's happening. I hope you all enjoy it. I can't thank all the people that performed and played on that album enough. I hope you have the greatest weekend of all time. We got preseason football today, tomorrow, big-time golf on Sunday, back on Monday. AJ, anything to say?
Have a great one.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Might change your life. Goodbye. Nailed it.
Oh,
well done.
One of the best
Hey,
all
AJ,
time.
we really hit that one, I think.
Yeah.
I think we really hit that one.
Get in and out, yeah.
Yeah, in and out.
Good work, Hawk.
Is it true that we are no longer allowed to do 5 things that aren't us?
Why? What's that all about?
Jane Daniels.
Tony.
That was chef's kiss, Tony. Let me just take
Standing out.
Let me just take your hat off.
Standing out.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That
right.
was just
On that note, there's no reason for us to
The internet, it was good internet yesterday.
great memes.
I mean, what was it? Fucking StubHub or something came out.
yeah. StubHub.
No longer selling in groups of 5.
$5 footlong's gone.
This is, I mean, well, That's been long gone. Okay. But okay. As somebody that was in that era and in Indiana at the time, I think those are kind of long gone. But yes, to your point, I hope that Jaden Dano's team is happy with what they did.
Bad decision.
How about Jaden had to come out and be like, I'm fucking football, dude. What a
on a national football
He
team.
didn't want to bury his team either. Like, things are certainly going to have to get worked out here, obviously. There's something going on. But, geez, I didn't expect just to become a laughing stock. He's a Heisman winner.
Yeah.
He's got won a Heisman.
Yes.
Now you got other LSU people coming out being like, yeah, I mean, you were here, dude, but, you know?
Yeah.
It's like fucking.
They asked Burrow about it after the game last night.
He said, I haven't looked at it. I don't know enough about it. I don't know. They did tell me that they weren't going to give my number out after we won the national championship or whatever. Yeah, I did that whole thing, but I don't know enough about it. And then you got other people coming out and talking about it. It's like, got a lot of good players down here, man. What? It's like, holy shit, dude. Like, and Jaden's just sitting there like, how'd this happen? And like, well, we sent this one letter. It was kind of like, hey, we don't want to be associated with you anymore if you want to disrespect us. You know, we thought there would be a little give and take. Turns out they were like, okay, fucking run it. Send it out there. This is what's going to happen. Tough situation. I mean.
So does he back away? Does his team pull it back away from it, or what do they do now?
Jaden put out that post, that statement, and hopefully that's the end of it. Because now we got Tone Diggs here thinking he's some super genius.
Yep.
You know. Ooh, I forgot we also used the word 5 for this. Kind of what happened.
That was great.
God, the internet's so good.
They are.
Even when they're being like really mean to you, they're so funny.
You got to tip your cap.
They are so funny.
Creative.
Very creative. I think that's a good way to describe that. Creative, talented.
Yeah, not always nice, but very creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the opposite normally, but that is what is kind of that's kind of the whole thing. Yeah, it's kind of the whole thing. And then a wave comes, and then you go to the next one. There's been a couple waves here. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Wrote an album about it. Hope you get a chance to enjoy it. AJ, thank you for the positive text. You're very kind. To all the boys, thank you for being so supportive.
It's awesome.
To everybody that watches this show, to all of you, thank you for allowing us to live this dumbass life that we live. We are so grateful and thankful. I hope you understand that, genuinely. Because if it wasn't for all of you, I mean, I'd be flipping burgers. I mean, maybe writing songs, actually, if I would ever found my way into that, potentially. Sounds like some of them are okay. I hope people feel that way. Maybe chasing that. Who knows if it ever actually works. I'm so incredibly lucky to have the network of humans around me that were able to set me up to be able to do this. But I'm probably flipping burgers or making sandwiches at some point. If it wasn't for football, for sports, and for all of you. Great work this week, Talks to the Table. Good to see you.
Hey, you too, dude. Congrats.
TT.
What happened to the Hammer?
God.
Cowboys, AP Tone, Steel City. Good work out of you this week.
Tony Dahn.
Too.
Boy Gigs.
Way to represent.
Boys in the back, great work this week, boys. Back
Good work, boys.
Way to go. What a crew.
Good work, boys.
Good work, boys.
Fox, you ever think about decorating that wall up there above the window, you know? Because, like, in the truck, you guys have such a cool... Yeah. Don't they have, like, such a cool thing?
Yeah.
You know, I actually never have, but now that I'm looking at it right now, it's a pretty good idea.
Well, in my head, because like little Christmas lights you could at least.
That'd be
Like
neat.
that, we have a jam sign that would fit perfectly right there.
Oh, I don't know. It might be jamming the jams in there a little bit, but Sellout actually I bought in.
Have Mitt like paint a mural up there.
That's a good idea, too.
Very good idea.
Mitt.
Yeah.
He needs to sell some stuff. He knows that. He might have a Mitts and lemonade stand here in a little bit.
If you do a paint by numbers, he can get the 9 or 8 or 9.
All right.
Tony.
Come on. On that note, graphic design boys, way to go. GG.
Good work, boys.
Zeke, Tim, great work this week.
There you go, boys.
Boys.
All right. And now we have the greatest weekend of all time.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Can't wait.
Holy shit. We are, aren't we?
Let's go get boozed up right now. Let's go right now.
Hell
right
yeah.
now.
Okay, well, we got a lot to celebrate, obviously.
Yeah, let's go get fucked up.
Okay, all right. I got kids. You know, there's multiple others, but I do like what you're saying.
My in-laws are coming to town. Let's go get fucked up.
Let's go get fucked up.
Okay, because he's got parental responsibilities as well. Sounds like he's opting out of those because he's already got.
They're covered. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm having a glass of Wayno's whiskey right after this show.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Are you having a Wayno and diet?
Oh, yeah. Maple flavored. It's so good.
Actually, I just got an email, too. Everybody who has kids, they don't have any responsibilities this weekend. Everyone can get fucked up.
You got that email?
I just got that text right now. Dear Carter, everyone can get fucked up.
Nice.
Who'd it come from?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it said GAWD in there. I guess we'll have to check that later.
And it was on God.
Yeah, and I don't think it's actual who we're thinking. It could be anybody, obviously. AJ, great work this week, pal.
Yeah, baby.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. I'm excited to see what happens here over the next few hours. Tomorrow, we'll be celebrating the hell out of D-Bone.
Oh, man.
Going down in the deepest basement in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating the shit out of D-Bone.
Sirloin carving station.
Really?
Yeah.
It's only Big Macs at the station. But still.
I'm cool with that. Could you imagine if they were cutting
That would be sweet.
2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce,
Yeah.
cheese? Right here, just cutting that thing off. Like the Brazilian steakhouses.
Yep.
Yeah, Fogo.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going
Fogo
to
de Bone.
Hey, Bone, you want this one? You're going to want this one. Yeah, this one's
He actually doesn't like Big Macs, though, because it's got the sauce with his
ooey.
Icky, yeah.
Lettuce?
I think he said he's doing no icks, no ickies on Saturday.
Okay.
Hickeys only, he said. No ickies.
Okay, nice.
Makes
Celebrating
sense.
love. We appreciate that, Bone. Good for you, Bone. Way
What
to
a
go,
baby
Bone.
Bono.
Running late to work, but you want a protein bowl? Throw some steak and meatballs together in a container and call it a day. Hashtag life hack. Okay, Bone.
Was that dog shit meat?
I'm just-
Look at that
see that.
meat.
Was that
That was
today?
amazing.
Absolute
good.
dog shit.
That was
meat.
back when he was doing the life hacks. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know what? When you're out in the sun,
We should bring that
you wear
back.
long sleeves. You don't get burnt. Hashtag life,
Life
hack.
hack.
Hey, when you go to McDonald's, you can actually order 3 10-piece McNuggets and get a 30-piece for cheaper than the 24-piece that they have available. Hashtag life
Life
hack.
hack.
That's what Bone was doing there for a while. I remember being so disgusted by it. Do you remember my immediate reaction? So, Bone, you think these are things that people don't know about? He goes, these are just my life hacks. I go, okay.
I'm surprised he didn't do one for the caller on that bed sheet the other day.
I think he was
That was a
very
hashtag.
nice.
He took a
life
selfie
hack,
with sunglasses on the other day. I almost threw up when I saw it.
I FaceTimed him the other day. He was at his apartment, and he had hat-forward sunglasses on in his kitchen.
Yeah.
Rappers
He gets headaches.
everywhere.
He gets headaches, because he doesn't drink any water.
Oh, yeah, but and the lights give him ick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lights give him icky. Congrats, Bone. We can't wait to celebrate you, baby.
Congrats, Bone.
Bone.
Kendall is an absolute saint.
Yeah.
An absolute saint.
Putting up with that smell?
Yeah.
He set a world record this week.
He was a part of a world record dunk.
Me and Bone are walking to Mordor. Me and him are starting on the treadmill next week, walking to Mordor. It's like 500 miles.
Don't do this to yourself, dude.
We're doing it. And I'm saying it on here, so he has to do it.
Yeah, a little public pressure. I like that. I also appreciate that you're looking out for your teammate, just like we always are.
Life hack.
I love you guys. Hashtag life hack, exactly. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting me through this entire album
Love you,
process.
dude.
Excited for a football season. We appreciate the hell out of all of you. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We're in this thing together. Team on me, team on 3 for the good of sport, baby. 1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye.